Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is September 2nd, 2023, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App $ ORIONNWSF or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got the Portland State Vikings versus the number 15 Oregon Ducks. Kickoff will be here in about 10 minutes. I got Colorado and TCU on right now, and it is going down to the wire. Prime, Deion Sanders, I see you. Colorado definitely has a different type of swagger, and they got a couple players that are actually kind of good. They got a few guys that you would definitely have to keep your eyes on, and I obviously was going through some of the social media, right? And Coach Prime on Travis Hunter. So he is him. We missed him on 2 deep balls. If we hit those 2 deep balls, the Heisman is at home chilling at the crib. And it's crazy. So Travis Hunter, not only did he play over 60 snaps at the half, nearly every defensive snap at corner, and he plays wide receiver. Made a key PBU on defense, a pass breakup, and played lockdown man coverage, 7 catches on offense, and a DPI in the end zone on a near tutty. That was just at halftime. So definitely a name to be able to keep an eye on. Travis Hunter, the corner and wide receiver. We haven't really seen a player do something like that, maybe since Deion Sanders, when he was on the Cowboys, when he played wide receiver and he played corner. And it just so happens that he mentored a guy that he's actually playing corner and wide receiver. And the guy is so good, nobody knows what he's better at. Is he better at being a wide receiver, or is he actually better at a corner? He's elite at both. So that's what I'm watching right now. And then obviously I got the Ducks game down below. Now this one's going to be a mollywhopping. I already know that we might end up winning 60-3, 70-6, 77-13. It's going to be, definitely over 40 points, but hopefully it's closer to 50-70. And then if we can hold Portland State to 17 points or less, that's the goal. Now, if Portland State plays well, I could see them getting all the way up to maybe 20, 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals. But in reality, based on how this team looks, and I did some research, they're predicted to finish 9th in their conference. So maybe 70-77 point total for the Ducks wouldn't be crazy. And then maybe holding them from, I don't think they'll be at 0, but somewhere between 3 and 17 points, and then 50-77 for the Ducks. So let's go, baby. Let's go. And then I'm having, Erica had some car troubles. So I kind of already made the thumbnail already. So I plan on doing the Ducks game first. And this will be over around 3:30. And I already made a thumbnail for the Mariner game. So I plan on doing the Mariner game. This is going to be a long day. I took Paisley for a walk already. We're going to do another one later tonight for probably about an hour, unless I go out for Marcos's birthday. So we were ready to go. So as soon as this one is over, I made the thumbnail. I already thought ahead, and I told them that if we end up going out, I can't go until after 7 p.m. anyways. And it's a good series with the Mets. Luis Castillo is pitching. So, I want to make sure that we're grinding it out and we're doing double duties. All right. Let's get to 100 in donos. Let's do it. Yes. And I saw Iowa was looking pretty damn good as well. But Travis Hunter is special. That is big, big facts. Matt's in the building. What's good? Hey, Chain Gang in the building. What's good, brother? You got your Oregon chain on, the same one that I got on? I mean, I can go put on all of them, so I can actually have a Mr. T neck, and I can have all 6 or 7 of on there. So Sanders going 31 for 39. Absolutely. And like I said, Colorado, it's all about perception. And if you got someone that like Deion that has the, credentials as being maybe the best corner ever to live, Florida State, Atlanta Falcons, right? 49ers, right? Cowboys. And then obviously at the end with like the Ravens and the Redskins, but we don't really remember him too much on those 2 teams because that was the end of the career. But he's definitely showing his skill set as a coach and, making sure that these kids know if you don't want to be here, you can transfer and leave. But we're trying to build something different and new. And I like that. It's cool to be able to see Colorado. And if you ended up watching Twitter or X or Instagram, almost everyone is watching this game right now. College studs, high school studs, NFL players, NFL coaches. A lot of people are watching this. And not only that, it's on Fox. So everyone on planet Earth is watching this nationally, globally. And even if they lose, who cares? But it looks like they have a good chance to win. And Colorado looks a hell of a lot better. Now, their defense is still suspect, right? They already gave up 28, right? So the defense, at times can be good, but at times, they don't have 4 Travis Hunters out there. You know what I mean? But I do like what I'm seeing from Colorado, and to beat a program like TCU, who normally is pretty good. Most of the time, they're in the top 25. If they can win this game on the road, huge, huge. Even though a lot of these schools are breaking up from the Pac 12, it shows you, even though we might not be the Big Ten. Oh, even though we're not the Big Ten and even though we're not the SEC, to me, talent wise, I think we're the third best conference, even though we're not going to exist after this year. But I think the Pac 12, we might not have, great teams like Michigan and Ohio State or LSU, Georgia, and Bama. But what we do have is a lot of great NFL players that come out of this conference and a lot of deep, rich history that now is over. But at least we get one more year in. So that is big facts. Oh man, I mean, Oregon, it might be my favorite team. Mariners are up there because obviously I can go to the games. Same thing with the Ducks and the Mariners. I actually get to go to the games and you can see the energy and the passion. Obviously with Tampa Bay, I've never been there, so the vibe is a little different. And then obviously I can go to Blazer games, but basketball just really isn't what it used to be. So Finley in the building, what's good? But I'm not too sure. I'm watching both right now. But let me give you just a quick preview. So obviously here is the thumb, and Portland State doesn't have a whole lot of photos. So this one was tough. This took me like over an hour to make, but I wanted to make sure we got Bo Nix in the yellow because that's what we're wearing today. Crowd is obviously dressed in the yellow as well. So this one was a little bit more difficult to do, especially on the Portland State side, but I think it came out well. And I really love this Oregon Duck logo that goes from Oregon Ducks into the O, a special one that I was able to incorporate for you guys. And then let me turn it off. And then as we get into, and then obviously I have others too, just the standard green O, and I got the standard yellow O, a little bit bigger. I even got Portland State because I'm not a hater. Okay. And then obviously, as soon as this is over, I'm probably going to get like a 30-minute break, and then we're going to go right here. And we're going to go Julio Rodriguez and Pete Alonso, game number 2. Your boy's going to be grinding, hustling, and I'll make the post. Then I'm going to be doing the Mariner game probably at halftime. So that way it gives some time to be able to let people know that I'm going to end up doing the game since we're, doing this Duck game first. So I wanted to kind of see how I felt, based off my energy and whatnot. But sometimes you have to work hard, especially if you're trying to get to a goal. And we only need 76 subs to get to 20,000. So hopefully we can get, maybe a few subs, 3 to 5 subs, on this broadcast. And maybe we'll get some Oregon Duck fan or Portland State fans or college football fans that want to hang out with your boy. And like I said, I've still got Colorado and TCU on 31-28. And then obviously this Duck game will be started here in just a second. Highest completion percentage. They were just going over some of the stats. Ooh, Bucky Irving. I got to get the volume on for the Ducks, and I'll just mute this other one. So one sec here. All right. And I love it also, too. It's got my boy Gus Johnson doing the Colorado game. What a better person that you can have to do a college football game, to do Prime's first game on Fox. There's nobody better in college football than Gus Johnson. Honestly, there's nobody better on planet Earth than Gus Johnson. I emulate Gus. That's my favorite. Obviously I knew Madden and Summerall and the OGs like Keith Jackson that used to do the Pac-8 and the Pac-10 back in the day. But I always like the old school voices, Harry Carey, Vince Scully, the guys that do baseball. And, and obviously Dave Niehaus for the Mariners. But as far as like football, I'm an old school guy. I like kind of the grandpa old school voice. Now, do I like Jim Nantz and Tony Romo? Yes, they are the best duo as a crew. Way better than Aikman and, obviously Joe Buck and anyone else that tries to do the pairings. But if you're looking at college football, well, I mean, I don't even know why Gus Johnson doesn't do NFL. He has the voice. He has the energy. He has the passion, and he can make anything exciting. So, I would hope one day that they can, but obviously he's contracted with a lot of the college football stuff, and sometimes they have games on Sundays as well. But it would be really cool to see Gus do NFL again because he can do everything. NBA, he can do college hoops, but he's kind of known for college hoops and college football. But he can definitely do the NFL. He's very, very talented, and that's kind of who one of my, I guess, mentor or someone that an idol that I look up to. And obviously, I try to be able to break down my game and the way that I break down the game the way that he does. just with pure passion and pure energy and love for the game. No fake, comments, no extra throwing your arms and screaming and yelling for no reason. It has to be authentic. And that's what Gus is authentic, real. And I really appreciate that. And that's why, to me, he's the best in sports at announcing. Big facts. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. That is a good question. I'm not too sure. We'll find out here in just a second. All right, here we go. Matt's going all the way here. He's a big Duck fan in Hawaii. So here we go. Here's our starting O-line. Connerly Jr., Harper. We got Powers, Johnson, Jones, and Cornelius. So, Matt, you've probably done a little bit of research. Who is the anchor on this offensive line? Do you have a favorite? And let everyone know. He said, I got my chain on. Let's go, baby. Let's go. 24-6, Iowa on Utah State. Congrats. And your offense looked pretty good this morning, so keep it up. You already know, man. You already know. And usually I go, when I go to Duck games, I'm usually in the first 10 rows, but most of the time I'm front row, right behind the Duck bench, right in front of the cheerleaders, right in front of the TV, right there, baby. All right, what do we got? Ferguson, Bucky Irving, Franklin, Tez Johnson, and Gary Bryant Jr. Woo, let's go. Let's go. Bucky Irving might be our most notable player besides Bo Nix. Let's go, baby. Finley in the building. What's good? Let's go. I hope you're feeling a little bit better. Hudson, Holden, Casper, Whittington, Jordan James. Let's go. Nice. No, you're not going to be able to find anyone broadcasting the game. It's copyright infringement. So, I mean, you should know that, William. Yeah, anyone that you've been able to see, anyone that posts the game, it's going to be that. So, yeah, anyone that ends up posting a game, obviously on there, then you're going to get a copyright, and some channels are willing to risk it, but definitely not your boy. I mean, I just kind of find it weird that people. I mean, I get it. I guess if you're new to YouTube, but most people that use YouTube already know that, if someone is talking about a game, they're not showing the game. If you're going to go somewhere, the game will already automatically be on the screen. You know what I mean? That just kind of common sense. But I guess maybe some people don't know that, you know. And again, if they do show the game, then they're going to get, their channel, obviously, it could get a copyright infringement. And if you end up getting 3 strikes, your channel's gone. Even if you have 10 million subscribers, they don't give a fuck. So, all right, Portland State, Oregon, let's go. Yes, what a good game there. I got to pull it down here as well. We're going to keep up with that one as well. Let's go, baby. Oregon won the toss, and they will kick off and get the ball in the second half, baby. Let's go. What do you guys think about the thumb? You like it? Took a lot of effort. I really, like I said, this one, standard logo, and I could have done a spinning logo, but I was like, dude, this one is killer. Let's go. I mean, obviously, I wish we had a better opponent, than Portland State to start off, but, it is what it is. And I've also been very thoroughly looking for college football cards that I could implement instead of the, obviously the NFL cards or the MLB cards, but I wasn't able to find any that matched and looked good. Obviously, if I could put Oregon Duck, cards on the left and right, I would. I do actually have a set of Oregon Ducks cards from way back in the day, from 94, 95, where it's got Bellotti. It's very first year, and it's got a set of, I think, 18 cards, 3, 3, and 3. You flip it over, 3, 3, and 3. So maybe it's 12 cards or maybe more. I can't remember. I have it in the drawer. A very cool piece that I'll actually share with you guys at some point. But like I said, the college teams end up doing promotional cards, but a lot of times they would do them in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. They don't do them that much now from 2000 to 2023. Every once in a while, if you're lucky, they may do it as a giveaway, or they might have it at the team shop. But it's different. Back in the 90s, it was a little bit more prevalent where they would, give it away either as a giveaway or, just to the students at University of Oregon. Screen pass. There we go. Nice tackle. Let's go, Ducks. Let's go, baby. 76 subs to get to 20,000. Let's go. I got to put my gloves on. What the fuck am I doing? Hit him. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Third down and 3. Shotgun set. And complete. There we go. And I got some, the ones that you see me on my profile pics. I got those gloves, but anything that you have that's green or yellow, when it's on the green screen, obviously it ends up getting distorted. That's why I'm wearing the Oregon white chain instead of the green or the yellow. Otherwise, there'll be some distortion on the screen. So it kind of sucks because I have a lot of like green and yellow like merch and stuff like that I could obviously rep and rock, but it'll probably have to be black jerseys, white jerseys, and I got a really nice, clean Justin Herbert sewn jersey, but it's that apple green, and obviously I could like use it as a picture or something. But all right, come on, baby, let's go. Let's go, Bo. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I got the D'Anthony Thomas on today. I don't actually own any yellow jerseys. I don't know. Yellow isn't really a color for me, but if I was gonna get one, I probably would invest in a Bo Nix, yellow jersey. If I was gonna get one, but I don't know if I'll end up investing in any yellow jerseys ever. Honestly, incomplete on the first pass from Bo Nix. Good defense by Portland State. But I got what do I got? I have Joey Harrington white sewn jersey from Nike with the exclusive. Back in the time where they didn't really make names sewn on the back, and so it was a special Heisman edition. Then I got a LaMichael James sewn one from the Natty. I got a Mariota one that's sewn, that's white with the green feathers. This black D'Anthony, and then I got the Herbert green apple. Those are my main ones. And then I had a few other older jerseys like Ontario Smith around the same time as Joey Harrington around 2001, 2002. And it was screen print, but I gave it to my friend Joey so that way he could have a throwback jersey. So let's go, baby. Third down and 7. Come on, Bo. This is fucking Portland State. We need to be throwing up 50 to 77 tonight. And we need to hold Portland State to 17 or under, preferably 13 and under, if we want to be able to show how good we are. 15th ranked Ducks, unranked Portland State, shotgun set in Autzen. There we go. Yes, Franklin, first down, Ducks. Let's go. And I got a couple dope custom McFarlands that are here on my desk as well. Screen pass. I got one that's LaMichael James. That was a custom piece that I paid like $100, $150 for right at the Natty. And it used to be an NFL player, but an artist custom painted it and put all the decals on it. It's incredible. And then I also got a Marcus Mariota one over here that used to be an NFL quarterback, but they painted it to make it look like Mariota, which is very cool. It's kind of one of those underground things that is out there that not a lot of people know unless you're in the toy scene. There we go. First down, Ducks. Patrick Herbert, Justin Herbert's brother. First down, Ducks, baby. Well, I think we already answered the fact that Colorado is legit. I think you watched the first 5 minutes of that game and you already knew that, oh, wow, Travis Hunter, Dion, like all the big play, like they are legit. Now, I don't know how good they're going to be, but they look like a top 25 team, maybe somewhere between 15 and 25. I mean, the defense is still a little shaky, but they definitely look like if they're not going to be ranked soon, they will be. So $5 holla. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. Go, go, go. Go. Go, Franklin. Yes. Touchdown, Ducks. Troy Franklin, baby. Yes. Let's go. Hell yeah. $5 foot long. Yeah, Deion Sanders' son is awesome. Travis Hunter is a goat. Like anyone that can play receiver and corner. I mean, what is he? The Shohei Ohtani of fucking college football? He looks like it. And if he keeps playing well and Colorado can be in the top 25 all year, he will be in the Heisman. Oh, 2-point conversion. Yes. Look at that trick play, Matt. You like that? Bang, baby. 8-0 over Portland State. Go Ducks. Troy Franklin with a 13-yard passing TD from Bo Nix. 2-point conversion is good. Life is good in Hawaii. Life is good in Oregon. Let's go, baby. I might have to put on all my duck chains. I'm trying to remember how many I have. I think I have like 7. But the one that's the most special is I got one from the same, obviously year that we had LaMichael James when we went to the Natty and lost to Cam Newton. So I have a highlighter yellow exclusive from Collegiate Art Designs where it's a true one-of-one piece. There's not another one made in the company, just that one. I'm the only one that has it. So that's pretty cool. And even put it with a black chain. So I have gold chains that I can swap out. I have silver chains, and I also have black chains that I can swap it out. And it's so cool. Shout out to Collegiate Art Designs. That's my boy. We might actually see him pop in here during the stream at some point, and maybe we'll end up doing a chain giveaway at one time or another. JT in the building. What's good, brother? Go Ducks. Let's get it, baby. You already know what it is. Let's go. And I've been following the Ducks, since the 80s. So it's just very nice to be able to see. And this is Portland State. I think we already knew that this was going to be mollywhopping. And more than likely, we're going to score 50 to 77 points. And they're going to score 3 to 17. Now, it just depends on how good our defense is going to be. But hopefully we can end up, pounding them quite a bit. And obviously, I would have loved to have played someone a little bit better or even like a top 25 opponent. But, it is what it is. Let me go to this Colorado game that's still going here as well. I want to make sure I'm watching both. And it's still going on, I would assume. Hold up. We have so many games going on. There it is. And I got to check up on Michael Penix Jr. too with Washington. But anyone, if you guys want to be able to put some scores down in the chat, of course, you can see the scores above me on the scoreboard as well. But anything that you want to be able to put, just so everyone can see it quickly, if you guys want to give updates on any of the big games, or if your team is playing, like Sarah with Iowa, make sure you put some updates there for me. Anything big, Michigan, Ohio State, Georgia, Bama, or if it's other teams like Washington with Michael Penix Jr. or this Colorado TCU, let me know. Let's go, baby. What would you like to see with your dono? Thank you, Lauren. I appreciate you. Cyber, appreciate you. Let's see if I can actually show this. I don't know if it'll be distorted or not, but so this is the LaMichael James piece. So it's a little, obviously with the yellow, it's distorted. You can't really see it, but it ended up used to be a different type of player, like maybe like an Amon Green, but it's killer. Maybe I'll just take a picture and then I'll be able to show you. Matt will get a nice kick out of it. It's cool. Hold on. And I'll send these to Sarah. And I like custom pieces. I like the originality. All right, let me send these pictures to Sarah and I'll show you. All right, hold up. I sent these to Sarah and I'll show you. I'm mean, this is some very unique. I'm the only one that has these. Like, there's no one else that has these two pieces. TCU about to score again. Nice. I got it on right now, too. All right, 8-0 Ducks. Come on, Ducks. Let's show me some defense. Show me some Haloti Nata. Show me some TJ Ward. That ain't it. Come on now. Big game. And I don't know if I've even showed these off on the channel before. But they're very cool. 20-yard game for Portland State. It's ridiculous. That's why I feel they might get to 17 or 20 points, just depending on who we have in. All right, but I obviously you couldn't see that LaMichael because I told you with green and yellow, anything green and yellow gets distorted. But here is the Marcus Mariota one, which is very cool. So this used to be an NFL player, right? And obviously they customized it, put all the decals on it. Very cool. And then here's my LaMichael James with the obviously, and it's got all the decals on it and painted Nike, everything. So first down, Vikings. But I got these two pieces on the desk, and I got my Oregon Duck helmet. But obviously, I'm not going to wear a helmet while I'm streaming the game. But I really like McFarland's and starting lineups, and they also have custom starting lineups where people paint, an old starting lineup figure to like your favorite college player or something of that nature. Incomplete, thank God. But I like that type of kind of creativity. Where you have an idea, and obviously they don't make any Oregon Duck McFarland's, and then for someone to be able to make it into a Marcus Mariota or a LaMichael James, and I want that. And they did such a good job with both of them too. The LaMichael ended up winning an auction out of like 50 people, and I think I paid like $150 for it. And then the Mariota I got pretty cheap for like $50 to $75 in an auction. So very cool pieces. All right, second down and 10. Let's go, baby. Shotgun set. Little screen. Hit him. Defensive ranks, not very good. I mean, Dan Lanning is supposed to be this defensive guru, and I know it takes a while, to have like recruits come in, but let's see what Dante can do at quarterback. He was there last year for Portland State. I had to do a little research. Third down and 2. Keeper. He's fast too. First down. Vikings. Move the chains. And again, if we keep playing like this type of shitty defense, they will get to 20 points. You best believe. Maybe they'll even get more, which it wouldn't be good for Oregon. Yeah, JT, I'm one of the only ones that's in the room that's from Oregon. Obviously, most of the other people on the channel are, some of them are from the West Coast, but we got people from the Midwest, New York, the South, overseas, a little bit of everything. Handoff. A little cut back. There you go, Ducks. We got to hold them to a field goal here. Yeah, but it was kind of expected to a certain degree, right? Like you knew it was going to be a tough game and it wasn't going to be like last year. Quarterback situation is different, with Mertz, obviously very young on the line. So, but obviously there was a few plays that were missed where the game could have been a little bit closer. So, oh, really? But you're in Canada though, so you can't go. Oh, what a tackle! And obviously a touchdown, Portland State. Come on. Ducks defense is terrible. And that's why, we're not going to win the Pac-12. I mean, we might end up winning 8, 9, 10 games this year, but again, our defense is going to be the weakness of this team. We don't got Haloti Natas back there, no Kayvon Thibodeau's, and you need to be able to have a good secondary, good linebackers, and a good defensive line. And if fucking Portland State, they're supposed to finish 9th in their fucking conference, is, going down the field and scoring on Oregon. What does that say about the Duck defense? Not good. Yeah, I thought the game should have been a little bit closer. Touchdown, Vikings. Great defense, Ducks. Secondary, trash. Come on. I got to be able to watch UW and Michael Penix Jr. too. Wow, 42-38 TCU in Colorado. And then Boise State and Washington's coming up in a couple minutes. Extra point is up and it's good. 8-7 Ducks. Now I gotta yes. Sasha Ray to Milla. Touchdown Vikings. All right, hold up. We're like, bro, Ducks defense is terrible. But we already knew this, and so for all those people that were like, when I say, I'm not going to be biased just because I'm a Duck fan and just act like our defense and our team is going to be great. We're in trouble. There's going to be probably 3 or 4 teams that could be better than us. USC, even though their defense is suspect at times as well. Washington, Oregon State, Utah. So, I mean, there is a reality check where if our defense does not play well, there is a chance where we finish 4th or 5th this year in the Pac-12. Now, I hope we finish in the top 3, but there is a chance we finish 4th or 5th in the Pac-12. Just the reality is our defense isn't good. USC, it has some kind of holes in their defense, but I think their defensive players are better than ours. And same thing with Utah's better at defense. Oregon State, Washington. I would say almost everyone is better at defense than us. That might finish ahead of us. So, I mean, the worst that we could do is probably 8-4. But the best, I think, maybe 10-2, 10-3. But again, I don't know. We would have to play so good with Bo Nix for us to be able to make up of not having a defense out there. So, I mean, this defense is even worse than last year's, and last year's was fucking terrible. So, my buddies were like, "That was shitty." Yeah, not good. Do you have a particular photo or anything, Sarah, that you want to see? You want one of the Clarks? You want Caitlin, or you want Dallas? Or is there a player on the Iowa Hawkeye team this year that surprised you, like your quarterback or maybe one of your wide receivers? You can have some representation on the channel, and I can throw that up for you. George Kittle, Iowa. Okay. How are you feeling today? You feeling a little bit better, or you still feel sick? 'Terrible defense, and that's why I can't really, even when we end up having like superstar type teams, it's like it's very hard for me to really like fully believe in some of these Oregon Duck teams unless we have a defense. We have to have NFL players out there, otherwise it's just going to be a debacle. They're going to get fucking embarrassed, you know. And it's not like this team is supposed to finish first in their conference. They're supposed to finish ninth. I believe what 9 out of 10 or ninth place out of 10 teams or ninth place out of 12 teams. That's not good, right? Well, George Kittle for you. I'll get you an Iowa spinning logo here. Eight seven, Oregon. Come on now. I can find an Iowa one. Oh, I did. Sweet. Well, this one doesn't do the full 360, but still, it does like the side to side motion, which is still cool. And I'll throw it up here in a second. First down and 10. Come on, Ducks. Little screen pass. Go, go, go. First down, Ducks. Move the chains. There we go. Got to give Sarah the proper representation. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. Much better. Little George Kittle. Appreciate you. I'll get you a couple more once we go to commercial. Appreciate you very much. There we go, Bo. I mean, we should be able to pass and run on almost anybody in the country with people that we have, especially with Bo Nix running the RPO. But really, what's going to be the difference is the defense. That and Dan Lanning is supposed to be this defensive guru, but all the players on defense are ass. They're not good. And hopefully some guys will be able to step up. But again, to be successful, you're going to have 2 or 3 Kayvon Thibodeaux, some McKinleys on the back end. And we don't have those players anymore. There we go. Go, 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 go. The 10, the 5, touchdown, Ducks. Hell yeah. That was a hell of a run right there. Wow. Let's go. Yeah, I'm going to turn on UW here in a second. What a tutty. Bucky Irving, baby. There we go. Extra point is up, and it's good. 15-7 Ducks, baby. Boise State and UW. I got to turn that on. You guys keep me posted with that TCU and Colorado game. All right, perfect. Oh, he's got 10 minutes? Okay. All right, let me go back. All right, let me go to the other one. Where's the I'm going through all the games here. I got to go down. There's so many games on today. All right, where is it? TCU, Colorado. How are you doing, Reflect? What's good, brother? College football has been wild today. Oh, wow. 45 to 42, Colorado. Wow, what a back and forth game. Oregon 15, Portland State 7, Bucky Irving 65-yard rushing tutty. Camden Lewis, PAT is good. How are you, brother? Yeah, and like I said, please remind me, Lauren, and Reflect, because I'm very interested, obviously, in Caleb Williams and USC. But obviously, even me being a Duck fan, I love watching UW play, especially when they got a guy as great as Michael Penix Jr. And then I got to be able to check out Drake May also today when he ends up playing. So, especially when Tampa's going to be looking for a quarterback, I want to be able to evaluate with my own eyes with what I'm seeing and whatnot. It sucked. JP Crawford with a home run. We couldn't get any fucking hits. We couldn't get any fucking runs. Kodai Senga had fucking 12 Ks. Logan Gilbert had 9, but he started to struggle kind of towards the end, but didn't really lose it for us. Jose Caballero got thrown out when he got substituted as a pinch runner while he was sleeping. And they threw him out, and that was the end of the game, pretty much after the momentum was lost there. So we didn't deserve to win that game. And also, when we end up scoring 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits, we win. When we go under 5 runs, it seems like we lose 95% of the time. And yesterday was one of those things again. So, but I am going to be doing the Mariner game after this. So I was going to possibly go out, but Erica's car broke down, and luckily she was able to jump it and get it home. And her dad's going to take a look at it. So I may not be able to go out with her and Marcos. But again, I'm going to Sanders, 37 for 46, 510 yards, school record, and 4 TDs. Prime time son has come to the building. Also with Travis Hunter, too, playing corner and wide receiver. Colorado's got a couple guys to really keep an eye on this season. So, but at least the Rangers and Astros lost as well. So, yes, that was the bright side of it. But also Munoz not being able to end the game. I know a lot of guys, Brash and a lot of the others like Topa, even if they got put in the position, They may screw up too. I get it, but it just hurts, when you're trying to be able to win this division and get hot at the end and keep this Uncle Mo going. So $5. Let's get to a hundo. 45-42 Colorado with about 4 minutes left. Ducks kick off. Let's go, baby. 15-7. And hopefully we can hold Portland State 20 points or under, and we can still hit 50 to 70 points, which I think is still possible. If Colorado pulls off the upset, it would be great, but obviously it shows you they probably should have been ranked 25. Like if you weren't going to give them the respect, but you should have probably ranked them 25, or at least now they will be in the top 25, especially if they win this game. So looks like they might be a 15 to top 25 team all year. We will have to see how they match up against the rest of the Pac-12. Obviously, their defense isn't very good if they're giving up 42, but their offense is amazing. Travis Hunter playing wide receiver and corner is amazing. Sanders' son is amazing, right? So they got some pieces, but they don't got it all. But it's Sanders' first year. What do you expect? But it's kind of cool that, that there's another top 25 team representing the Pac-12. So, yep, absolutely. Oh, pass overthrown. TCU is on edge a little bit. All right, here we go. Come on, Ducks. Show me something. Sasha. And again, they were projected to finish 9th in the division this year, Portland State. So there's no way that this team should be able to compete with us. There we go. Nice tackle. Jordan Birch with the tackle. Hope everyone is having a fantastic Saturday. Let's go. Yeah, at some point in the season, I will Mr. T it, and I'll wear all my duck chains at once, like all 7 or 8 of them. Oh, nice broken tackle for TCU. Move the chains. Get him. There we go. Yeah, Stanford, Cal, and then they had SMU that were going to join. So now it's Oregon State and Washington State, kind of like little brother looking for a home. Hopefully they can go to the Mountain West. I think that would be the best spot for them. Hell, I mean, if they weren't such haters and if they were, a little bit more accepted, I would love the Big Ten to bring on Washington State and Oregon State. I like both of those schools. I think Washington State is usually underrated. You got guys like Gardner Minshew and a few other guys from time to time. Every 4 to 5 years, they're pretty competitive. And same thing with the Beavers as of late. In the last couple of years, they've even been just as good as the Ducks or maybe even better. They've been pretty good. So, Oregon State's kind of on the up and up now, with some of their recruiting and with Jonathan Smith there, doing his thing. So it's just kind of sad because, like I said, Washington State normally isn't going to be as good as Washington. But I always miss that Apple Cup rivalry. Now that disappears. And then obviously the Civil War now no longer exists, which is terrible, unless we can play each other, out of conference and whatnot. But Christian Gonzalez gone, DJ Johnson, Noah Sewell, La'alu, Riley, Forsyth, all gone. First, third, fifth, sixth, and a couple 7th rounders. So quite a few players from the Ducks no longer here. Stanford, FSU. Well, FSU will crush them. I mean, FSU might end up winning tomorrow against LSU. That's going to be a hell of a game. I might end up doing that game. I might end up doing the Mariner game is on at 10:30 tomorrow, and I'll do that. I believe Kirby's pitching, and then after that, we'll end up doing probably LSU, FSU. I mean, it's 2 top 8 teams, like 5 and 8 that are ranked. Yeah, I mean, it's sort of the college football playoff kickoff show. So, is the game over? Did Colorado win? Nick's going deep. Franklin, oh, incomplete. Heck yeah. Good for Colorado and good for Dion and good for, college football, especially when, they should have been probably ranked 24th or 25th going into the game. And that way they can move up. But now, to go from unranked to beating a ranked opponent, TCU will scale back and Colorado will be somewhere between 15 and 25. Good for them. I like seeing people have good stories and have some success. You don't want them to have all this hype and then they end up falling on their face. You want them to do well. Travis Hunter as well as Sanders' son at QB too. Both of them played lights out. But I think the player that played better than people expected is Deion's son. I don't think anyone anticipated him playing that good at quarterback with the completion percentage. Go, baby. Oh, couldn't break the tackle on first down and 10. Come on, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Great stop by Colorado. Awesome. Second down and 4. Shotgun set, screen pass, which the Ducks are going to run a billion times. But if you get a team that actually has defense, they'll figure it out. There we go. Put your head down. First down, Ducks. Move the chains. Yeah, I watched him at Jackson State as well. But when you're going up in conference and when you end up playing, players that are a little bit better caliber, then you have to be able to see. It's one thing to if you're in a lower division, like a Division 2 or Division 3, but once you end up being with obviously the main, Division 1 with 100+ schools, go, 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 touchdown, Ducks, baby. Let's go. There we go, baby. Oregon 22, Portland State 7. Here we go, baby. Hey, Troy Franklin, 35-yard pass. Nice yak yards from Troy. From Bo Nix. Extra point from Camden Lewis is good. Yeah, TCU's defense is ass. Colorado's defense is ass. But again, Colorado has the better playmakers. His son, does Sanders, and obviously, the stud two-way player with corner and wide receiver in Travis Hunter. So, I mean, it gives us another excuse to watch Colorado games this year, not just to support Deion to see if he can actually talk this team up. Because you got to talk the talk, but the players got to walk the walk. Deion's not out there, So good for them. Big win for Colorado. And let me know when the UW game starts. Is that I'm looking at all the other games. I think that's the game that I would want a secondary watch. Is there any other games besides the UW game that's worth watching? Besides this Duck game that I'm watching? Obviously, Ohio State and Indiana, but if Michael Penix Jr. was quarterbacking Indiana, I would be watching that one. And I'm thinking the Husky game has got my name on it because I really love Michael Penix Jr. And I just, I want to be able to watch both. So I just turned it on. All right, here we go. All right, Boise State, UW, let's go Huskies. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I am. I mean, again, Boise State's Boise State, but I want Michael Penix Jr. to win games. I want him to, be on a Heisman run. I want him to do well, just like Bo Nix. And I want Caleb Williams to do well too. I mean, I don't want our guys from our conference to be laughed at. I want us to be, we're still going to be laughed at as a conference, but we're fucking better than every other conference besides the Big Ten and the SEC. Nice run back by UW. There we go. Okay, Huskies. Let's go. I might be the only Oregon fan on planet Earth that actually wants USC players and Washington players to do well, but I'm not a hater, so I appreciate greatness. Hell, I want Oregon State to win tomorrow. I want us to do well. Now we're playing each other. That's a different story. I want to win. But if it's just like them playing against other opponents, yeah, let's show we actually got some good NFL talent here, Ooh, I'm excited. Michael Penix Jr. and Bo Nix at the same damn time. It's like Christmas for me right now. And I've always loved Washington's gold and purple look. I know purple isn't going to be for everyone, but I love their look. It's such a unique look, too, with the gold and the purple. All right, come on, Michael. All right, here we go. Come on, Ducks defense. 22-7 Ducks. Little short gain. There we go. There's that Duck defense. Colorado versus the Ducks at Oregon. Oh, yeah. Well, we'll definitely both defenses will be ass. It'll be whoever plays better on offense will win the game. Just kind of like with what we saw, with Colorado and TCU. It might be an exact type of score, like a 45-42. Whoever's got the ball at the end, whoever makes the good defensive play at the end wins. I could definitely see something like that happening. Second down and 7. I got to keep an eye on Rome as well, Odunzie as well as Michael Penix Jr. Nice handoff. Uh-oh. Portland State's quarterback is actually really fucking athletic. First down, Vikings. Through the chains. But I assume, like I said, a couple of y'all, like, Reflect and Lauren, you guys are probably watching the UW game a little bit too. But I don't know if there's any other games that I need to be paying attention to. Please let me know. But I think these two are going to be good enough for me for right now. It's going to keep my heart happy. Well, I mean, I already knew the Ducks were going to win this game. We were going to score 50 to 77 points, and they're going to score 3 to 17 or 3 to 20. Little screen. And hopefully UW can end up beating Boise State. Oh, Michael Penix Jr. goes down. What's the prediction with the score with Washington and Boise State? Washington wins by what, 13 or more? Like, what are we thinking score-wise as far as the UW Boise State game? Like 42-24 type of score, something like that? I mean, hell, as long as they win. Heck yeah, and that's another thing that we can, kind of, have in common and enjoy, because, like, of course, I want to be able to see these guys do well, on the next level. Bo Nix seems like he's more of a backup quarterback to me, but Michael Penix Jr. could be a starter, kind of like Caleb Williams and Drake May. I mean, arguably those could be three of the top five quarterbacks, that go into the draft next year. There's going to be a couple others, Florida State's quarterback, and a few others that'll work their way up. And what year is Deion Sanders' son? What year is he? He ain't coming out of the draft this year, right? He's got to wait another year or two, doesn't he? I haven't looked it up, obviously. That's why I'm asking. So some of these questions that I have on my brain, normally I would be looking up after the broadcast is over. All right, so nothing for UW on that first drive, which is a little unsettling. But Boise State, even if they're not ranked in the top 25, they usually are a pretty decent team from year to year. And if they're not in the top 25, they're usually a top 50 team. So 22-7 Ducks. All right, let's listen to some audio. Let's flip it. I got to listen to some UW. Yeah, kind of. I mean, again, if Boise State isn't ranked, again, a lot of times, they should do like a top 50 once we expand the playoff, so you can actually see. Because if there's 100 Division I teams, why do we only have 25 that are ranked? I think it would be cool once we end up expanding to a 16-team playoff. That if we do like at least a top, I don't know. I mean, top 50, I know sounds kind of crazy and whatnot, but I mean, the game is expanding and it would just be kind of cool. And it would bring more of an audience too. Because imagine if it was like Washington number 10 versus number 35 Boise State. People would tune in. But if Boise State doesn't have that rank next to their name, maybe they skip out on the game. So I feel that if there's over 100 Division I teams, doing a top 50 would be good for the sport, and it would bring more ratings to the sport by just putting a little number next to team 26, team 32, team 50. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm the only one that thinks like that, but I think it would be very cool if they did that. But they can't do that until we expand to 16-team playoff, and that would be the time that they do it. Because you don't want to have like a top 50 if you only have a couple teams in the playoff. That wouldn't make any sense. But as far as ratings are concerned, it would be a better thing. Number 10 Washington versus number 26 Boise State. Yes, like. But if there was less Division I teams, then I would say no, don't do it. But fucking A, there's over 100. There's like 100, 110. He is a junior. Oh, what? So he could come out. Wow, that could be another option. But I'm not sure how his game will translate to the NFL. I mean, I've watched his career and whatnot, but high snap there. God damn, I love college football. I mean, literally just watching football all day, all night. I mean, there's just nothing better. Hold up here. All right, here we go. Daniel in the building. What's good? Yeah, crazy. And then I guess I'll do the post that I'm doing the Mariner game at halftime. I think that'll be the time that I'll post that, so that way I can let people know. I was going to do it already, but I mean, obviously doing a Duck game and then going on to the next thing. So, but I'll end up making that post on the YouTube community section, on my Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at halftime, so that way people, Mariner fans, can at least know that I'm going to be doing that. Calvin in the building. What's good? Yeah, pretty amazing, man. 510 yards, Colorado record, 4 dubs. Yeah, but also they got another teammate on the team that's pretty damn good too, playing corner and playing wide receiver. Travis Hunter. So Colorado got a couple. They got a couple dudes there that are the real deal Holyfield. I've never seen someone play wide receiver and corner in the amount of snaps that he was playing. So I don't know how long he can keep that up for, the whole regular season, but he's nice too. I don't even know what he's better at. He's good at corner and he's good at wide receiver too. So, but having Prime be the coach of a player that's doing something like that doesn't surprise me. So, how are you doing, Calvin? What's good, brother? I got Boise State and UW on 0-0. My boy Michael Penix Jr. And we got Bo Nix and the Ducks comfortably ahead, 22-7. He wants to be you think he'll go pro as a receiver? 22-7 Ducks. Shotgun set. Little handoff. Hit him. There we go. And this one is pretty much already over. We know that Portland State is not going to win. We could even throw in our second or third string. We should still end up getting to 40, even if we played all our backups. But, it's college football. You got to get through week 1 so that way you can get to week 2. And then the Ducks, will find out how tough it really is going to be, when you end up playing teams that actually have offense, and our defense is non existent. Third down and 6. Oh, Nebraska and Colorado. Well, Colorado's going to win that. Nebraska lost again at the end, so But unless he has a higher grade as a corner, but I guess it's up to him as a person and a player. All right, 4th down and 6. Sachere trying to draw us off sides. Not happening, bud. Gotta get the UW game on. I gotta maximize every opportunity, to be able to evaluate and watch film. And that's really what separates us, from other channels and whatnot. It's like you have to put in the work. If you're not willing to put in the work, you're not going to be able to evaluate that talent on the next level. It seems like the Oregon broadcast has got some choppiness with their audio, which is making it sound a little scratchy. If you guys hear it on your end, I hear it on my end. So, but if that ends up being the case, I'll just have the Washington audio on, and I'll just call the Oregon game as I'm watching it. I was gonna say I thought that they ended up getting the 9 or 10 wins last year. The last time I looked, so yeah. I mean, they've always typically been solid, regardless of who their coaching staff is. Even from back in the day with the trick play, behind the back for the touchdown against Oklahoma. But they've always been, you know, kind of relative. They're kind of like the Notre Dame type of school where they maybe don't get as much love as they should all the time, but they are always kind of hanging around. It's like they may not be number one, but they usually have a pretty solid football team, Notre Dame and Boise State. So, and I am excited to end up Colorado, Oregon and we might lose. I mean, it would not shock me if we lose that game. I mean, both of our offenses are explosive, so it pretty much will come down to whoever has the ball at the end. And like with USC, UW, Oregon State, Utah. I mean, it just worries me because the Oregon defense is not very good, worse than even last year. But obviously, we got to get the dub here today. And then after this game is over, I already decided to, work hard, and it took me another hour. Obviously making this one from yesterday's game, and then today's game with Julio and Pete Alonso again. So we'll be doing that, and I'll make the post here at halftime. Nice win for Coach Prime, 45-42 with the upset. Get him! Come on, sack Lunch's ass. Jesus Christ, Oregon can't even get me a sack lunch on Portland State's quarterback. That's sad. And it sucks because I looked at my secondary stream that usually has like 20 or 30 options. They don't even do college football. They only do NFL. So first game under new head coach Deion Sanders. Shedeur Sanders, 38 for 47, 510 yards, 4 TDs, no picks. Travis Hunter, 11 receptions, 119 yards, and a pick. Dylan Edwards, 5 receptions, 135 yards. And he had some tutties as well. What was that final score with the Stanford and the Hawaii yesterday? Obviously, Stanford won. So lots of teams in the Pac-12 in the poll. Go, 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 baby, go! Speed kills. First down, Ducks. Let's go. Let's go. 37-24. Oh, Hawaii hung around. I watched a little bit of it last night. Hand off. Break that tackle. Break that tackle. Irving is a monster. He's always pumping those legs. I like him. He's always showing effort, from the start of the whistle to the end of the whistle. Noah Whittington is decent. Jordan James. And obviously you got Bo Nix that can run the RPO and whatnot. But Irving, Whittington, and James, all 5 tutties apiece. And then Bo Nix had 14 on the ground, which was number 1 in college football last year. $5. Let's get to a hundo. 95 to go, and we'll be doing the Mariners stream after this at 4 o'clock. Long day today. 2nd down and 4. Little flip. Go, 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 go. There we go. Touchdown, Ducks. There we go. Extra point is good. 29-7. Let's go. But it's Portland State, so it should be. Yeah, but I would not be shocked if we end up having close games or lose to Oregon State, Utah, USC, Colorado. There's going to be Washington. Like I said, the Oregon could end up finishing 4th or 5th in the Pac-12. It's possible. I think some of these other teams are getting kind of overshadowed, like Colorado, and obviously they're much better than 9th in the fucking Pac-12. That's for damn sure. Bo Nix. Yeah, but I don't think he'll be an NFL quarterback, though. I mean, I've watched a lot of guys. He's too small and undersized. The best that he can hope for is being a backup on a team. I don't think he'll be a pro, like a starter, or anything like that. I mean, I like him here on Oregon, but I don't think he's going to have the NFL scouts drooling or anything. But you never know. Maybe he will, be able to develop into a starting quarterback for the NFL, but I don't see it. I mean, I do like the RPO style where he can run and he can throw, but he ain't no fucking Joey Harrington. He ain't fucking Marcus Mariota. He ain't Justin Herbert. I'll take it. But being good in college is different than being good in the NFL. That's big facts. See if UW's defense can find a way to stop Boise State 0-0. Let's turn on some audio of that game. Surprising that one's still at 0-0. But again, Boise State, Washington, they match up pretty well. Yeah, because you think Juwan Johnson's going to lead the league in tutties from your team on the Saints. How do I know that? Because I have ESP. Am I right? That's exactly who you're talking about. You can't slide something past me like that. That might have went over everyone else's head, but not mine. He said Juwan Johnson without saying directly Juwan Johnson. I see how you feel. Yeah, Bennett. Like I said, I don't think Bo will be a good pro at all. But if he ends up, making a name for himself, good for him. But I don't see it. But I hope he does well for us here on the college side. Boise State is rolling. Come on, UW. Looks like they got their audio fixed through Pac-12 network, which will no longer exist after this year. Coming up next on the Pac-12 network, USC versus Arizona. Jaden DeLora versus Caleb Williams. Well, that's Northern Arizona versus Arizona, Nevada versus USC. So they got 2 games. I thought they were playing each other at first. They got 2 separate games afterwards. Yeah, but also too, Bryce was the best quarterback possibly. But do we really think that Bryce is going to end up making it though? Like Bryce, C.J. Stroud, and Richardson. Like there's a chance that all three might not make it, or maybe one of them makes it. Fumble! There we go, Ducks with the recovery. Yes. Obviously undersized guys, unless you're Russell Wilson or Drew Brees and you got the intangibles, you have to have the intangibles. Leadership, you have to be smart, a hard worker. You just can't be a fucking 6-foot quarterback or 5'11" and think that you're going to dominate the NFL scene. You have to be special, and it has to be more than just your athleticism. So for me, I don't know. I'm not really sold that, fully on Bryce or CJ or Richardson, honestly. None of those guys are Justin Herbert or Trevor Lawrence. I mean, hell, even Justin Fields at this point with DJ Moore will probably be better than those three guys. But we'll have to wait and see on how he develops, if he can actually figure out how to make all the NFL throws. But obviously, with his hands and his feet, we know what he can do. Quinn Ewers got the face you would love to punch, he said. Oh, pass incomplete. Second down and 10, 29, 7 Ducks. Boise State and Washington, I believe, are still at 0-0. And if there's any other games that I should be watching, let me know in the chat. Yeah, I agree. You know what I mean? One of the better quarterbacks that Alabama has put out 100%, but the O-line is absolutely booty juice. I agree, 100%. Bucky Irving, just short of the first down marker. Yeah, and I agree. I think CJ and Bryce both need to put on more weight. And I don't know. I just don't really feel the Russell Wilson vibe or the Drew Brees vibe when I look at those two. Like, they have to have better coaching, better O-line, better weapons, defense. Touchdown, Ducks. There we go. Wow. Nice throw by Bo Nix. They're on that fade route. One-handed. Let's go. What a catch. 36-7. Kyler Casper, 5-yard tutty from Bo Nix. Camden Lewis. PAT is good. Let's go. Yeah, small QBs, I mean, like I said, you have to be extremely special, and also you have to have a good supporting cast around you. Like imagine, Drew Brees got, picked by the Chargers and then went to the Saints. But if they didn't have that great supporting cast, if Drew Brees was like on the Cleveland Browns or Russell Wilson was on the Browns, like what would have happened? We're not even talking about those guys probably today. Boise State is threatening, knocking on the door. How's Ohio State looking? Who are they playing? Shep in the building. What's good? One hand and grab, goes down to the ground. This might be incomplete, though. We'll see. All right, man. Take it easy, brother. I'll be doing the Mariner game here in a couple hours. But if like Russell Wilson didn't have, Marshawn Lynch and Pete Carroll and the Legion of Boom and, all those other pieces, incomplete, no touchdown. I don't know if we're talking about Russell Wilson in the same kind of light, if he's on a shitty team that doesn't have a good coach and good supporting cast. And I think Drew Brees had more natural talent coming out of Purdue than Russell did, even out of NC State and Wisconsin. But he had the it factor. Oh, touchdown, Boise State Broncos. Come on, UW. There we go. We'll get Jordan James. Touchdown, Ducks. There we go. They say, what? We can get the tutty. We'll get it with Jordan James right up the middle. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I usually try to watch Michigan and Ohio State, every morning or afternoon, just because there's a lot of NFL talent there. But and I'll be watching, the Georgia and the Bamas, and I'll be watching Florida State and LSU tomorrow. So we might end up doing two streams tomorrow also. Mariners at 10:30, and then LSU and Florida State at 4:30. Exactly, Calvin, 100%. I don't know. Like I said, everyone loves to be able to boast and brag and get all excited. Oh, look at this! These five quarterbacks. Oh, look at this. Oh, Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson's going to be great. He might end up being the next Mahomes. They said, right? And they got Justin Fields, who showed some flashes at Ohio State. Then Trey Lance, unproven, and Mac Jones. Who Mac Jones? And what did I say? I said maybe one out of those five will pan out, maybe two, but not all five. And then all the people with the pushback. No, no, no. They're all going to pan out. Well, now it's only been like a year, 2 years later, and now three out of the five are booty juice, right? Zach Wilson, garbage, right? Trey Lance, injury prone. Mac Jones, average, right? And then the only ones that are going to be good are Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields, like I said. So everyone loves to hype up these quarterbacks. And again, I'm not sold on Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, or Richardson yet. Like, I hope they pan out, but I'm not sold on them yet. They're not Justin Herbert. They're not, they're not on that level. So we'll see. But hopefully, for their sake, at least one pans out of the three. And I think the one that has the most upside might be Richardson, just because of his running ability. He's a bigger body. CJ and Bryce are kind of too small. So, unless you have a great team surrounding those two guys, they're fucked. That's just the honest truth. At least with the Colts, you got the Jonathan Taylor saga and whatnot, and they need wide receivers and tight ends. But if they can get Marvin Harrison Jr. next year, that'll help Richardson tremendously. Just like, getting DJ Moore for Justin Fields. You need to be able to get a stud there to help him out. So, yeah, we watched the game. Yeah, they also got at Shepard a two-way player that plays corner and wide receiver for them too. Yeah, football is definitely exciting, even if it's college. But again, it gives us a chance to be able to have something other than the NFL. And sometimes I like college even more than the NFL. But the only shitty thing about college during the regular season, there's a lot of shitty matchups. So there's like, a really good team and a really shitty team. Really good team and a really shitty team. It'd be better if we had more like top 25 matchups. But Michael Penix Jr., come on, baby. Let's go. 36-7. 10 minutes left in the second quarter. Oregon pacing for 70-77, which I figured. But when we scored our first tutty, Portland State came down and scored right away, and that was alarming because I figured that Portland State would put up 3 to 20 points today, just depending on how good our defense did. And obviously they've been better since that first drive. Go, UW. Go, go, go. First down, Huskies. Oh, bubble screen. Hit him. Close to the first down marker for the Vikings. Yeah. Yeah, but it's different if you have Miles Sanders on the Eagles, right? With that offensive line going to the offensive line that you have now. So just because you were like a decent player for Philadelphia with all those guys doesn't mean you're going to go to a team that has a shittier overall team and you're just going to be a beast mode. You know, no one looks at Miles Sanders and is threatened. I think they're like, no one's like, oh my God, it's LeGarrette Blunt or Marshawn Lynch coming down the field. Like, he's okay. He's a little undersized, but if you don't got a good old line, you'll find out real quick if he can hang or not. So Bassett with a nice tackle for the Ducks. Oregon's defense is fucking terrible. Offense is great. Bo Nix, we got a couple different running backs. Obviously, with Irving, Bucky Irving is probably our best running back overall. He's a stud, and Troy Franklin, wide receiver. So we got weapons. We're going to end up scoring quite a bit this year, but the defense is terrible. So that's why I feel that we might end up finishing 4th or 5th in the Pac-12. USC could be better. Utah could be better. USC, Utah, UW, Oregon State. Those teams could be better than us, possibly. And hell, even Colorado, maybe. So we'll see. Oh, big hit. No, defense is terrible. I mean, yeah, I mean, like I said, you can have your coach back once you guys end up firing Kirby Smart, because obviously with the recruiting trail, these guys, the defensive players that he's trying to get, by the time they end up committing and coming here, he'll be fired or gone more than likely. So, I guess this whole Dan Lanning experiment was a failure, because I would rather have Mario Cristobal, honestly. I just was kind of a shame that he ended up leaving and going back to his alma mater, but I get it. But Dan Lanning is more of a defensive coordinator, not a head coach, in my opinion. So, and obviously, if you can be on a bigger program to Georgia, he might as well just go back and help your team out, because he ain't doing it for us. So, yeah, well, you can have him back in a defensive coordinator so you guys can still compete for championships, because I don't want him. I mean, I'll have him until he gets fired or whatever, but he ain't no Chip Kelly, and I like Cristobal better because I think Cristobal is real. I don't think Dan Lanning is really that real to me. He doesn't seem that genuine to me. So this is just like, a rented space for him and his family, until, they try to fire Kirby Smart or something else better opens up, like at Ohio State or Michigan or something like that. So, yeah, but if you guys would have had him, you guys still would have won the championship last year or the year before, right? Or moving forward. It's not like he's not a good defensive coordinator. He definitely helped you guys tremendously. But again, it's like we needed to be able to get defensive recruits to come over to Oregon. Otherwise, we're never going to be able to compete. So you can have him back. We'll give it to you for free. You think just based off those two championships that he's just going to be there forever now? Like he's going to be like settled in now, like he's there until he gets like old and gray, like Saban. Like it's just no matter what happens, he's there for life now. At least that's what Georgia fans are hoping for. And obviously, with the recruiting trail, you guys have, taken advantage of that too. Anytime you end up winning a championship, then you start getting more and more. But even before you were starting to win championships, the recruiting was still very good. But obviously, you get a few more 5-star players when you win. So now we got Shep, a Georgia fan, and Calvin, a Saints and a Saint fan and a Bama fan going against a Falcon and a Georgia fan in the chat. It'll never end between the two of you. Alabama, Georgia, you guys will be knuckling up, and now Saints and Falcons, you guys will be knuckling up forever. $5 in donos, 95 to go. And then as soon as this game is over, I'll hang out with Paisley for a little bit, and then we'll be end up doing the Mariner game versus the Mets game too. And make sure someone reminds me to make a post on socials at halftime, which will be in about 8 minutes. So that way I can put that out there. Well, especially if it ends up being Georgia and Bama, it's never going to end. And then if Mike was in the room, then you would be getting it from Mike also, Shep. Obviously, an Alabama fan for a long, long time too. But especially, I mean, if you're up there in age, 80, 90 years old, and hopefully Mike is okay. We haven't heard from him in a minute. I hope he's doing okay health-wise, because, I mean, once you start hitting that 80, 85, 90 range in age, anything can happen. So prayers up for Mike. I hope he's all right. Screen pass for the Ducks. Go, 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 Bucky. First down, Ducks. Move the chains. Yes, Georgia Bama next year will be exciting. Let's go, baby. This game obviously is over, but I still got to put in that time and effort for the representation, Little screen pass. Good tackle by Portland State. Little gang tackle. 6-0 Boise State on UW. UW's ranked 10th in the nation. Second and goal for Michael Penix Jr. Hopefully we'll get to see his first touchdown pass of 2023. Man in motion. Shotgun set. Penix Jr. Screen pass. Nice tackle. The Broncos were not fooled. 3rd and goal. Bo Nix. Little bootleg. Good tackle by the Vikings. But even though as an Alabama fan, Calvin, you were telling me earlier, you think Ohio State is going to win it all, right? Is that what you're thinking? Do you still feel that way from the previous conversation we had, or has your view changed a little bit? Touchdown, Huskies. There we go. Michael Penix Jr. to McMillan. I see you, Jalen. There we go. Huskies. Okay. And obviously, looking at quarterbacks, I want to be able to watch Caleb Williams. I want to buy, Bo Nix. I want to watch Michael Penix Jr. and obviously Drake May as well, and a few others. Go, go, go. The 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, 5, touchdown, Ducks. Bucky Irving is the truth. Okay, and if Ohio State wins it all, who are they playing in the championship? Alabama or Georgia or another team? Bucky Irving is the truth, baby. Oregon 43, Portland State 7, Bucky Irving 59-yard rushing TD on 4th and 1. Camden Lewis PAT is good. Let's go. There we go. 4th rushing touchdown for the Ducks. Well, yeah, and obviously we feel that Ohio State is that team that's right there. Typically they usually are the 3rd place team if it ends up being Georgia or Bama. So maybe they'll be the 1st place team this year at some point. You would think, but it all depends on their O line and their defense. For me, if the O line and defense for Ohio State can bring it all season with no major injuries, they'll be fine. But if they start getting some injuries at wide receiver, on that O line, on the defense, then there goes that dream. That's what I'm thinking too. There's only 3 teams that are in the mix. I agree. Got 110 Division One teams and only 3 that actually can win it all. That's sad. But that's college football for you. 43-7 Ducks, baby. Well, Michigan was good when they ended up having Aiden Hutchinson, but I'm not sure if they have the same type of. You got to think with Michigan, they're good from year to year, but usually they're not better than Ohio State, and they have been for the last couple of years with Harbaugh. But how many years did Harbaugh lose to Ohio State and Ryan Day before they got over the mountain? And then when they got over the mountain, they couldn't even win the whole thing. So again, it's like the Big Ten is good, but they're not SEC good. They're 2nd place conference good. Oh, big run for Boise State. Wow. Wow. And LSU had their dream team with, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Justin Jefferson. But it seems like they might be able to do something this year, but we'll see if they can even beat Florida State. I mean, I would not be shocked if Florida State wins that game. But we'll see. But also Michigan, Ohio State at the end of the year is a nice gauge to see like which one, is going to be better between the two, or if both teams will be good, like last year and the year before, where you had Michigan and Ohio State being pretty fucking good. So, I mean, college football is better when they're both good, just like Georgia and Bama. When they're both good, Michigan and Ohio State are both elite. That's that's what's going to make things good. So Portland State is projected to finish 9th out of 12 teams in the Big Sky. Montana State, number 1, supposedly, projected in the preseason poll. 3rd down and 6. Less than 5 minutes to go before halftime for the Ducks at Autzen. Sachere running for his life. Get him. Incomplete. Michigan don't have the cojones enough to win. And also, I don't think they have a smart enough coach to be able to win either. I think Harbaugh is a good disciplined coach, but I feel that like his play calling is terrible. Like a lot of times in clutch situations, they fold. You know, I don't know. He just can't cook properly under pressure situations. He folds, you know? Like Ohio State can make the big play. Alabama can make the big play. Georgia can make the big play. Michigan, it seems like they can get to the big games, but then they end up, just have brain farts either at the beginning of the game, giving up a special teams touchdown or, letting a clock violation or, something false start, a terrible interception. It just seems like they always have some kind of fuck up. And then that fuck up stays with them for the whole game. They can't get over it. It's like they know they fucked up, and instead of moving forward, they're like dwindling, and they're still thinking about, oh my god, that fucking fumble, oh that fucking special teams kick return for a touchdown we gave up at the beginning of the game, and that's a big part of Michigan not having that mental toughness. I feel like they can beat up everybody, but typically Ohio State are the bigger teams. So, but we'll see. Maybe things will be different. Yeah, winning 3 in a row is almost impossible, though. You know what I mean? Like, could it happen? Yeah, but realistically, there's going to be probably a new champion. Same thing with like the Chiefs. Chiefs haven't won back to back, so usually that means that another NFL team is going to be the champion this year. Now, could the Chiefs go back to back, and could Georgia win 3 in a row? Yeah, they both could do it. But statistics and analytics say the Chiefs are not going to win this year, and regardless if it's the enemy or not, and that Georgia will not win 3 in a row. But both teams, could be in the championship game. I could definitely see that. It's not like Georgia and Kansas City Chiefs fell off. They're still at the very top. But it's just, we don't know about injuries. That might be the question mark. Nobody can predict injuries. Not even me, unfortunately. Marty McFly hit my line. I need that almanac. No screen pass. 43-7 Ducks. Field goal attempt by Boise State is up. And it's good. 9-7 Broncos over the Huskies. That's another good game to watch as well. Go, go, go. Big hit at the end on the sideline. Oh boy, tried to helmet, and he knocked himself out. And that's why you don't do that, Portland State. Which is incredibly sad because I really enjoyed watching that team. Marv Levy, Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed, Don Beebe, Cornelius Bennett, Bruce Smith. I mean, do I need to keep going? Amazing team. But then you just ran into the Giants with Lawrence Taylor. He was on drugs and, hooking up with prostitutes, right? So he was doing that. And then obviously, you had the Jeff Hostetler thing coming in for Phil Simms. Then you had the Redskins and the Hogs in 91 with Mark Rippon, Art Monk, Gary Clark, and the Hogs up front. You weren't winning that one. Darrell Green, right? Then you ended up having the beginning of the Cowboys dynasty in 92, 93. And obviously them winning in 95 also with the Niners winning in between in 94. So you really went through the whole NFC East. You went through the Giants with Lawrence Taylor. Then you went to the Redskins when they were peaking with the Hogs. And then 2 years in a row with the Cowboys. I mean, what a terrible and the only one that they were going to win was the first one. The one against the Giants is the one that they should have won. And then obviously wide left, wide right, wide left, wide right, which is terrible. But they weren't going to beat the Redskins, and they hell is sure not going to beat the Cowboys in that dynasty. But that Giants one, that was their Bills Super Bowl that they lost. That was theirs. If you ended up watching those games, or when the Super Bowl comes on, and about a week before or the night before, they do those ESPN specials where they end up showing 30 minutes of every Super Bowl, like kind of NFL films. I would stay up all night and watch all of those from Super Bowl one up to the current. And definitely that was the one that they should have won. Yeah, 4 straight Super Bowl losses is just insanity. Should have been 1 win against the Giants and then 3 losses to the Redskins and 2 to the Cowboys. But again, maybe that's why Bills fans are delusional, thinking that they don't need a stud running back to actually make it to the Super Bowl and win. Touchdown, Ducks! Nice touchdown by James. Hit him with the spin cycle. Watch them close twice. Whirlpool their ass all the way back to Portland State. Let's go. But the thing is even though they lost the 4 Super Bowls, there's still a lot of love from people like me and fans. Even though they didn't get the Super Bowl, championship, like those players are legendary to me. Jim Kelly, Andre Reed, Cornelius Bennett, Bruce Smith, Don Beebe, Thurman Thomas. I mean, I really enjoyed those guys, back when I was a kid. I mean, that team is a hell of a lot more likable than the Bills team now. The Bills team now is not, I don't know. I just feel with the Bills, they act like they don't need an O-line. They don't need a defense. That Von Miller, obviously, with him being injured, their team went downhill. It shows you need to have an O-line. You need to have a defense, right? And you need a really good top 10 running back. And if you don't got it, you're never going to go to the goddamn Super Bowl, let alone if you do, you're not going to win. But they're delusional. They just keep jumping through tables, being drunk all the time, talking shit, putting comments on my video saying, well, the Chiefs didn't need a top 10 running back. Last time I checked, you didn't have Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, and Travis Kelce, you fucking idiots. Stop comparing yourself to the Chiefs. You haven't won anything. Idiots. Like, it's like McDermott's good, but he ain't no fucking Andy Reid. Andy Reid might arguably be the best coach in football right now. Mahomes is the best quarterback. Kelce's the best tight end. Last time I checked, you don't got any of that. And they think Josh Allen is like the best thing since fucking sliced bread. He's all right. Joe Burrow is better. Sorry. Mahomes is better. Sorry. If you want to go Allen over Herbert or Allen over some of the others, that's fine. Hell, I probably would maybe even take Jalen over fucking Josh Allen. Well, I would take Herbert over Allen. But most people have Josh Allen as like the number 2, number 3 quarterback. But in reality, he might be number 4 or number 5. He turns the ball over too much. Jalen doesn't turn the ball over like that. Herbert doesn't turn over the ball like that. They just need better pieces around him. And honestly, I think if Jalen was on the Bills and if Herbert was on the Bills, maybe you would have a slightly better record because they're not going to turn the ball over and throw in a triple coverage. Like, oh my God, Diggs is open. No, he's not. Dummy. Tom in the building. What's good? That too, and like I said, you have to have the offensive line, and that's why the Panthers and Texans are going to struggle like a motherfucker. And if you don't have a guy that can be, elusive out of the pocket and make plays, because think about it, Bryce and CJ are kind of pocket QBs. Yes, there will be times where they can scramble, you know what I mean? But once they get to the outside, can they keep their eyes up and make plays, or are they going to get sacked, or is it just going to end up being just a dead play? At least when Richardson goes to the outside, he can run a motherfucker over because he's built like Cam Newton, like a linebacker, So even though Bryce and CJ might be better, maybe quote unquote passers, and to some people, you know what I mean? I don't think Richardson's that far behind. He does look a little raw, on some of his throws. He's got the powerful arm, but you got to be accurate, But at least on the Richardson side, his upside is high to me because he can run motherfuckers over. And when he goes in the red zone, people will fear him more than CJ and Bryce. CJ and Bryce are undersized. And then if you don't have an O-line, I mean, what are you going to fucking do? Get sacked 80 times a season? Turn into Joey Harrington and quit after a couple years? Fuck. All right, halftime, 50-7. Let me put out the post that we are going to end up doing the Mariner game at 4. So there we go. 427 yards against Portland State. I'll take that. All right, what game should I be watching, y'all? All right, I got the UW game because I want to watch Michael Penix Jr., but as you said, Ohio State looks like shit with their new quarterback. Are they losing to Indiana? What's going on with that one? I got to look at these scores here real quick, and I got to post. All right, one sec here. Let me see if the Mariners have put out their lineup yet. Or they have. Okay. All right, I'm putting out the post on YouTube and Twitter and Instagram. So if you guys could help me and share those, that would be great. Hold on one sec. Okay, I'm about to post. I got a Julio photo I'm going to use. And the Dodgers Braves series has been pretty entertaining, but it shows you the Braves are just on another level. Beat the Dodgers again last night. All right, I'm doing the post right now for the Mariner game. I just put it up on YouTube. Let's go to Instagram. All right, I got it on the Instagram. All right, boom. On the Facebook. All right, I posted. I got it all on the socials now. So All right. Thank you guys for helping out with that, with the shares and whatnot. So that way, if there's anyone that wants to watch the Mariner game in a couple hours, and I didn't post this morning, so 7-0 Ohio State. Oh, should be much more than that, though. Yes. Win number 90. That's ridiculous. You got some news for me? Is it about what, CM Punk? So CM Punk got fired. Well, he already said that he fucking quit or whatever on the pay per view. So, well, obviously getting CM Punk out of there. Obviously, some people like him, some people hate him, but of course, um, of course, if you're going to be trying to fight everybody on every single week, whether it's Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, or Jungle Boy, or Samoa Joe, or whoever it is, it's like, of course, if you want to have this me versus the world type of attitude and thinking that you're still like the top dog like you were when you were in WWE, but you're not that same guy anymore, and like I said, maybe the fans wanted you to come back, every show, regardless of what show it was, like a Raw or SmackDown, the CM Punk chance would go on for 10 years. But then when he finally came back, the hype was kind of cool for like the first 6 months. But then afterwards, you started to see kind of that toxic behavior, and that all the rumors were maybe true, that it was mostly him, not the others, that he would say it's everyone else, but it actually was him. It seems like for the most part. Now, did the other people cause some of the problems, like Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks and some of these other people? Yeah, because obviously they don't like him and he doesn't like them. So it was a little bit of back and forth, but I think it was the right decision to let him go. Like I said, I don't think you're going to see him in WWE. I don't know if he'll go to WWE if he would want him, but maybe WWE would bring him back. I don't know. But I mean, all it's going to do is cause drama in the locker room if you bring a guy back like that. So at least at least he's still got his wife. At least that's one thing that he's got going for him. Well, he said that he was going to quit, but I think it's based off, him, causing fights that I think he knew he was going to get fired. So he just said, I quit, but I don't think he really meant it. And then they officially fired him. So, which was the right move. So, right. But I mean, based off a lot of the stories and whatnot, I mean, obviously CM Punk is not well liked in the locker room by many, many people, not just one person, by like 20 different people. So obviously, if you're not liked in the locker room by 20 different people or more, that's not a good sign. It's one thing that if it's just you and everyone's against you unfairly, but of course, obviously, with the way that CM Punk is, he's kind of a hothead and whatnot, and maybe thinking that he's better than he actually is. He's, an aging wrestler, still is a draw, but he's not the same type of wrestler like a Kenny Omega, you know, or someone that's a little bit younger that actually can bring the ratings and whatnot. So I'm not surprised by that either. Yeah, I don't think you're going to see him wrestle in AEW, WWE, or any big federation ever again. That was his last like comeback tour, and hopefully he made some money. So him and his wife AJ Mendez, they can figure out what he wants to do. And now you'll probably see CM Punk in a podcast or an OnlyFans or whatever the fuck he wants to do to make money. He'll be doing something. Something either with his wife or a podcast, or he'll be able to get his voice out there, and there'll still be loyal CM Punk fans that even though he's fired, that they'll still ride or die for him. But not me, but maybe some of y'all. Thank you to all the people that helped out on the socials there. I appreciate it. $76 subs to go to get to 20,000. Let's go, baby. And then let me take a look. I didn't really even get a chance to look at the Mariner lineup. All right, so we got J.P. Crawford, Julio, Suarez, Hernandez, Raleigh, France, Moore, Haggerty, and Caballero. Why isn't it not Rojas? Damn it! So not the greatest lineup. Crawford, Rodriguez, Suarez, Hernandez, Raleigh, but France, Moore, Haggerty, and Caballero. So you got, what, 6 through 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 through 9 is terrible. France is injured. Moore, Haggerty, and Caballero. Fuck. Hopefully we bring in Rojas or Moore or Tom Murphy at DH or something. So hopefully Luis Castillo can get 10 to 12 Ks or we're fucked today. I mean, especially if you're going to fight Jungle Boy. Jesus Christ, CM Punk. I mean, take on someone your own size. If you're going to start talking shit with Jungle Boy, I mean, golly. I mean, you should be fired, bro. You're going to be picking fights with every single fucking person. And of course, there's going to be people that are going to be mouthing off to him too. It's not like CM Punk's the only bad guy. But also, if you've got a bad reputation and he's a shit talker and everyone doesn't already like you to begin with, and then, it might not take a whole lot for punches to be thrown or words to be said, you know. But I don't think I've seen a person that is hated more by the locker room than CM Punk since he came back, regardless if it's WWE or AEW, you know. And like I said, some people like CM Punk back in the day, and he did do some truth bombs, where they promote, certain people, and he definitely had, a valid point before they turned his mic off on the pipe bomb promo back in the day. But again, it's all politics. I mean, you have to understand that he should be blessed that they even gave him the goddamn belt because they didn't have to. They didn't have to give CM Punk the belt, back in the day or multiple times with the belt. They could have just gave him the IC or lower belts, and then he probably would have quit or whatnot. But I mean, he should have been happy with what he, was able to have. So Big Mo in the building. What's good, brother? Nice. Awesome. How are you, Big Mo? Where are you living right now? You're from Mississippi, but are you living in Mississippi right now or are you living somewhere else? Yeah, I've been a Duck fan since the 80s. So obviously it's halftime right now. So we're just talking a little bit about AEW firing CM Punk and then going through some of the other scores. And then I'm obviously going to be doing the Mariner game versus the Mets in a couple hours here as well. So all right, let me go check up on Paisley real fast. So that way I'm not a bad dog dad. And then I'll be right back. And we'll get back into the second half here in a second. All right, 1 second. Let me get the audio for the Ducks. All right, give me 1 sec. You living in Mississippi still? Nice. Oh, salute to you, bro. Anyone that's willing to do that, either to protect us, or you're doing it for the college, obviously money and obviously being able to, have a scholarship and being able to pursue your dream, whatever that may be, once you go to the army, obviously with for your schooling and whatnot. Awesome. Salute to you, Big Mo. It takes a real special individual to be in the Army, Navy, Air Force, or the Marines. And a lot of people would not do it. So, yeah, salute to you for your service, brother. All right, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. No problem, dude. Thank you. You too. You have a great day. Go Ducks. All right, looks like we're going to be back from halftime here in a second. All right, let me take a look at my phone here to see if we got anything else going on. All right, we're at 50 at halftime. We're not obviously going to get to 100, but we assume that we'll get. What are we predicting, Matt? That we're going to get to? We're going to hit 77. We're going to hit at least, or 78. We're going to hit at least 4 more touchdowns. I mean, obviously they're going to run the football and they're going to bleed the clock because that's what every team does once they get up big, right? You end up getting a big lead, and then you end up trying to be able to hold them to under 20 points, which so far so good. They scored on the first drive, and they haven't got anything since. 227 from the air, 200 on the ground, 427 total yards to 147. Total plays, 36 each. But yeah, probably, yeah, I think, so, well, 15 points, what? I mean, what are we talking here? A couple touchdowns and that's it. I mean, we got a whole half though. We should still be able to get closer to 70. I mean, the 70 would be 3 touchdowns. 77, 78 would be 4, but that's only averaging 2. Obviously, in the third quarter and then the fourth quarter. I appreciate that, Jason. Hope that was worth it for him. Haters are always going to hate. Yeah, I remember my first 20,000 subs. Let's go, baby. Haters just jealous of where they're not at and where they want to be. Let's go. Make sure you guys don't be like Jason. Let's go, baby. 50-7. Bo Nix, 20 for 24, 227 yards, 2 tutties, no picks. Bucky Irving, 4 rushes for 119 yards, a 30-yard average, 2 TDs. Jordan James, 7 rushes, 76 yards with a average of 10.9 and 3 tutties. Bucky Irving is averaging 30 yards a carry. Let's go. Let's go, baby. I remember my first Jason McClure jobber. All right, take a look at these scores. Oh, he did? Uh-oh. Ohio State 7, Indiana 3, and Ohio State's ranked 3rd in the nation, and they have 7? Oh, my. They're going down. They're going down. Washington, Boise State's in a good one. I'm watching that as well, 14-9. Texas only up by 10. Michigan won by 27. Tennessee won comfortably. Oklahoma won 73-0. Iowa won 24-14. And then we got Georgia, USC, Kansas State, Alabama, Penn State, North Carolina later on today. There we go. Troy Franklin, first down, Ducks. I definitely will be peeping the North Carolina game with Drake May and the Dukes Mayo Classic. North Carolina versus South Carolina. I'll be watching that and the Mariner game at the same time. Hopefully Marvin Harrison Jr. is good. But that's terrible if they only have 7 points. Touchdown, Ducks. Well, I think you're going to score more points than your prediction, Matt, because if you already got a tutty right here, I mean, we're pacing for, I know we're going to start running the football at some point, and maybe Bo Nix will go out and the backup will go in, and they'll start bleeding the clock. And then if you start bleeding the clock, that could be like 7 or 8 minutes of nothing. But there we go. Did he catch it? Yes, he did. Extra point is up, and it's good. Oregon 57, Portland State 7. Gary Bryant Jr. 15-yard tutty from Bo Nix. Camden Lewis extra point is good. I love this time of year, man. Cardale Jones at best, maybe worse. And like I said, Ohio State needs to have a quarterback that can hold it down. And if you don't got a quarterback that can hold it down, obviously, you're going to learn real quick. Because if he plays like that, Michigan's going to beat him. Hell, there might be a few teams, Wisconsin and a few others, Iowa, that maybe might be able to upset a team like that if the quarterback is that shitty. I got to look at his stat line since we're just talking about him. 10 for 15, 94 yards, and a pick. The Indiana's quarterbacks are 1 for 3 and 1 for 2. So I don't know. It just seems like all defense, man. Yeah. Well, I think Calvin will change his mind that Ohio State ain't winning the fucking championship over Georgia or Bama, especially if this quarterback is booty juice. So, yeah, Penn State too. I mean, if you can't even come out of the gates and you're ranked third and you're struggling against fucking Indiana and they don't even have Michael Penix Jr. over there, like, come on, dude. So obviously we see that maybe Colorado was underrated and maybe Ohio State was overrated. And that's why we have to play these games in week 1 to figure shit out. 14-9 Washington over Boise State. 57-7 Ducks. And hopefully the clock will bleed out here pretty quick, and then we'll be able to transition into the Mariner game at 4. But yeah, I'll definitely be watching, Caleb Williams. I'll be watching him. Jaden Daniels, Quinn Ewers, yeah, Jordan Travis. I'm going to be watching all those guys. Jordan Travis from Florida State, Jaden Daniels from LSU. That'll be on Sunday tomorrow. I probably will do that game just for those two. Quinn Ewers from Texas, and then obviously Michael Penix Jr. and Bo Nix here in the Pacific Northwest. So 3 quarterbacks from the Pac-12, and then you got one from the SEC, one from the Big 12, and one from the ACC. So yeah, but still, I mean, against Indiana, you know what I mean? Like if you're Ohio State, like that is unacceptable. It's not like Indiana was projected to finish in the top 3. Saturate, sit down. Good tackle. Well, it sounds like at this point that Marvin Harrison needs to end up getting the football as much as possible, or they might end up barely winning this game. Because it sounds like Indiana can't move the goddamn ball because obviously their defense, the defenses look like they're doing a good job. Ohio State's and Indiana's, but I mean, offenses are underwhelming tremendously. 3rd down and 5 for the Vikings from Portland State. Sachere and complete. Well, at the beginning of the game, after Oregon scored and Portland State scored, it looked like Portland State might end up getting to 20, but we're sitting here in the 3rd quarter with 12 minutes to go, and it's 57-7. So I like that. They do, especially when they had Michael Penix Jr. There we go, Michael Penix Jr. Big touchdown from Penix Jr. to Jalen Polk, 44-yard tutty. Woo! That was pretty. Vikings with the punt. All right, there we go, Huskies. I mean, I like Michael Penix Jr. better than Bo Nix, honestly. There we go. Now the Huskies are awake. They were really close with Boise State. Now with this extra point. Extra point is up, and it's good. 21-9 Huskies, and they're not going to look back. Let's take a look at the let's go to the audio from the Washington game. What a throw. 10-3 Ohio State. That's crazy. I can only imagine what Buckeye fans are thinking right now. Because, I mean, even if you get by and scrape by and get the win, that's not a good start to start off the season when you're supposed to be a top 3 team. Like, you're nowhere near Georgia or Alabama, Like, at this point, they look like they're maybe like the 23rd ranked team in the nation or maybe not even ranked. But we'll see how it goes in the second half if things can get a little bit better for them. God damn, I love college football. Let's go. All right, let's go back to the Duck game here. All right, Oregon, 57-7 blowout. And like I said, we don't have to have too many of these like one-sided matchups. I mean, even for us Duck fans, we would rather have a more of a competitive matchup than having to play a team like Portland State. But if they're on the schedule, they're on the schedule. So Quarterback keeper. Go, go, go. Ooh, big hit. First down, Ducks. Bo Nix is out of the game, and they got Thompson in the game now. $5 hairs. Let's get to a hundo. 95 to go. We'll see if we can get a goat to come through before the game is over to save us, and see if Ty Thompson can keep it moving. And then if we end up having an underwhelming day, then I still have the Mariner stream to hopefully get us some subs and some views and some donos to make up for the Ducks. I did see that. He died this morning, Jimmy Buffett. Rest in peace. Party animal, Jimmy Buffett. Great musician. $21-9. Huskies up at halftime. A little slow start, but Michael Penix Jr. got hot at the right time. First down, Ducks. And at this point now, I feel that we're going to start bleeding the clock out a little bit. Bo Nix is no longer in the game. So, yeah, we'll probably end up getting somewhere into that 60 to 70 range. But obviously, we're not going to try to get 80 or 90. Bleeding the clock is, what we're going to do. I just hope that we can match up with Colorado, USC, UW, Oregon State, Utah. We'll find out real quick how good we really are. I know our offense can keep up with anybody in the Pac-12, but that defense is going to be middle towards the bottom, so it's really worrisome for me. I mean, I get it if we have like two teams that are better than us, like let's say USC and Utah. But what happens if like Oregon State and Washington and a few others are also better, like Colorado? Then all of a sudden we're going to be sitting at like 5th or 6th place. All the way to Margaritaville. What do you think about Ty Thompson, Matt? You like him or no? Obviously not good enough to be the starter over Bo Nix, but this will at least give him some experience for the second half. Here we go. Touchdown, Ducks. Well, we're already at your number already, Matt. Maybe we will end up hitting 80 or 90. Extra point is good. 64-7 Ducks. And I figured, like I said, 3 to 20 points for Portland State, and I figured 50 to 77 for Oregon. And look at that, we're already at 64. Let's go. Well, we should. It's Portland State. They're terrible. I mean, if we ended up only being up, like, let's say, 20 to 7 at this point, or 17 to 7, I would be like, uh-oh, we're really in fucking trouble. I know Puddles is just tired for sure. Oregon 64, Portland State 7. Gary Bryant Jr. 21-yard pass from Ty Thompson. Camden Lewis PAT is good. All right, here we go. Ducks with the kickoff. I mean, at this point, Portland State is just ready to go home, right? And then even the Oregon fans are, they're soaking it in. It's the first game, but obviously having more of a competitive game would be more enjoyable for everyone. So, but like I said, I'm watching the Washington Boise State at the same time, so I'm sneaking a little Michael Penix Jr. action here at the same time. So, all right, first down and 10 for the Vikings from Portland State. Logan. Oh, they even got a new quarterback in there. They're like, well, we don't even need to have our starter in there. He got fucking obliterated. So now they got their backup in there too. So now Portland State is just trying to get reps for their players. And same thing with Oregon. I mean, the game is completely over. It's been over for what? Since the second quarter, first quarter. So now you got Logan Gonzalez in for Portland State, 6'3", 200 quarterback from Orange County, freshman. Second down and 9. Another handoff. Obviously, Portland State's trying to get the hell out of there too. If they're just going to be running the ball, they're like, well, we just need to bleed this clock and have this game fucking end as soon as possible. And then hopefully this will end with enough time for me to at least relax for like 30 minutes. But at that point, I still have to prep for the next stream. So at least I already made the thumbnail, and I'll just have to change clothes, and we'll be good to go. And then obviously the Mariner and Mets game will be much more entertaining than this one. And hopefully we can get the dub and get some payback. But I don't like our lineup today. I like Luis Castillo, but 5 through the 9 hole is terrible. We got like 4 good hitters at the top, and then the rest are like, I don't know, not very good. So we'll see. Julio's going to have to homer today, or we're going to have to get some big production through the 1 through the 4 hole if we're going to win. And we got lucky yesterday where everyone lost. So fair catch. Let's go to the UW game here. All right, 21-9 Huskies over Boise State. And obviously looking at all of the quarterbacks, so I'll be covering a lot of USC with Caleb Williams, a lot of North Carolina because of Drake May, Bo Nix, Oregon, Michael Penix Jr. from UW, and then there'll be a few others, Florida State, LSU, Texas with Quinn Ewers. So there'll be a few other guys I'll be keeping my eye on. Penix Jr., wide open, touchdown, Huskies. They're starting to pull away. There we go. Jake Westover with a 20-yard tutty. Colorado set the tone today with that big upset. 10-3 Ohio State over Indiana. That's sad. Then Georgia plays in about 40 minutes. USC and Nevada in an hour and a half, or about an hour. Bama's at 4:30. North Carolina at 4:30. And then tomorrow we got Oregon State and San Jose State at 12:30, and then LSU Florida State at 4:30. So we'll see how I feel, but I'm going to try to be able to do Mariners and that, but I don't like leaving Paisley like kind of just hanging on her own, for 7 straight hours and whatnot. But sometimes you got to sacrifice a little bit of time to grind it out. So Wisconsin's only up by 4. Who are they playing? I might need to start snacking here pretty soon. All I had was what did I have this morning? A muffin and some fruit. If all of them win, huh? You know, I don't know, man. I'm not really interested in it. Like you said, I'm not going to watch it live. Like, will I watch it, later? Maybe, but like I said, for that particular pay per view, it doesn't really, it's not really that intriguing to me. I feel like it was kind of rushed and whatnot. So, Megan in the building. How are you? 28-9 Huskies. You got your USC Trojans playing pretty soon in about an hour. Good luck to you. I hope Caleb Williams just goes fucking off and goes crazy. Nice to be able to see, Bo Nix and Michael Penix Jr. and Caleb Williams all representing the Pac-12, and I think all of them will do well. Let's go back to the Oregon game. I was flipping audio back and forth, trying to watch more than one game at once. You got to when it's college football season. Go Ty. There we go. First down, Ducks. Move the chains. Oh, you're going to go to church? Way to have that discipline. Yeah, but like I said, you'll be able to see the replay. All right, baby. First down and 10. Man in motion. Go, 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 go. First down, Ducks. 2 Alabama transfers, but let's see if that one's coming back with possibly a hold on the offensive line. Oh, you got to read some scripture. Yeah, so you're like, oh, USC's calling. I got to go. Oh, it's going to be a complete blowout. Complete blowout. It's going to get ugly, and it'll get ugly really, really fast. So I assume that you guys will end up winning by 30 or more. Second down and 5 for the Ducks. You'll have a lot of Caleb Williams touchdowns, at least 4. So, and then they'll probably put the backup in, and try to get some more reps for your backups. All right, less than 6 minutes to go. Thank God, 64-7 Ducks. I mean, we love being able to mollywop and and wipe the floor with the opponent. But even with a score like this, even some Duck fans, including myself, are I'm not going to say I'm not interested, but it's like no one wants to see a game like this lopsided. But again, you're going to take it. You'd rather be on the winning end of a mollywhopping beat down than on the opposite end. So, and then I'll be doing the Mariner game here in about an hour and a half. I'll probably have about 30 minutes of rest, and then we'll hop in to do the Mariners for about 3 hours. So, yeah, I hope so too. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, like I said, I'll be on from 4 o'clock until like 7, Pacific time. So, first down and 10 for the Ducks. Thompson hands off. Short game. And like I said, now it's just all about bleeding the clock. Another handoff to the freshman. Gain of a couple. I mean, now they're in like bleed the clock mode. Now it's like they tried to throw it a little bit, with Bo Nix just coming out of halftime to simulate, what it would be like coming out of halftime with that energy, and then obviously being up by an insane amount, 57? Yeah, now it's just pretty much you're probably not going to see a whole lot of passing plays from either team. Third down and 4 for Ty Thompson. Screen pass, and he is done. Nice tackle by the Portland State Vikings. Forced the punt. Oh, we're going to go for a field goal. Camden Lewis with a 41-yarder. Will he be able to make it? We'll see. Kick is up. And it's good. There we go. Nice job with the field goal, Camden. Let's go. Go Ducks. 67-7. We're only up by 60. Is that good? Is that good? Michael Penix Jr. with 4 tutties. Cal in North Texas. Oh, wow. Look at that run. Wow. Wow. What a run. Shane Vereen in the studio was loving that. Wow. That was a hell of a run by Cal. Yeah, we're only up by 60. Too close to call for sure. Let's go. 28-12 UW with 2 seconds before halftime. And Now we just need this Duck game to get over with so I can rest for the Mariners and the Mets. All right. Have a good time at church with your scripture. Go Trojans. Go Caleb. Hopefully you guys end up, I already know you're going to win by a lot. So, but once we get into Pac-12 play, that's when it's going to get really interesting because there's, going to be about 5 teams that could, possibly beat each other. So that's really when it's going to get fun. All right, halftime for Washington, 28-12 over Boise State. Fight on. A little V for victory. I'll see you in a few hours. A short gain by the Vikings. Little handoff. Gain of about 1. Birch with a nice tackle for the Ducks. I don't know. I just don't like when they end up putting such a low opponent on the schedule, but and they still even haven't updated ESPN. They need to do their job. It's 67-7. Come on now. Let me see if I have to refresh. Like apparently the people on ESPN decided that they are done working. I mean, it still shows 208 in the third, even though it's much lower than that. Hopefully they update their shit. $17 for 24, 264 yards, 4 tutties, no picks. All right, Vikings with the punt. All right, looks like ESPN decided to take a break and go get a snack or go take a shit or something because they're not updating the time as well as the score. But eventually they'll get it correct. I keep refreshing, but it keeps still saying the same thing. So obviously they've given up on their jobs there. A little short handoff. All right, into the third quarter, 67-7, and hopefully ESPN can do their job and update some shit. 1 more quarter to go. Hopefully it's a fast one. And then that way I can start prepping for the Mets and the Mariners, which will be at 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock Pacific time here in just a little bit. All right, let me see if I can get it to refresh or if it's still busted. I mean, it's still stuck at 2 minutes and 8 seconds in the third with 64-7 score. Come on, ESPN, wake up. All right, I think they decided to just give up. I guess eventually it'll get updated. So $5 hairs. I mean, hopefully we can get someone to come through, and if not, then again, we'll have to just take our L and then move forward, and then hopefully the Mariners and Mets will get some better love. Like I said, we are getting closer to the 20,000 mark, so at least we have that going for us. And we did end up having a huge stream a couple days ago where we hit almost $550 in donations, where we had a single $500 dono. So, and then the stream after that, might have been a little underwhelming, but we still gained subs. So, I mean, it ends up being one of those days where we end up hitting half the goal or a quarter of the goal, but we can end up hitting, 5 or 10 subs or more, then it ends up kind of working out. But you don't want to have a day where you're not getting anything on either end. But again, that's why I'm going to end up doing the Mets and the Mariners. We're going to push today, and we'll see how I feel tomorrow after doing the Mariner game, early in the morning, because I really want to do that LSU Florida State game. I mean, even if the turnout ends up being a little light, I know I can end up getting reaction videos done. So we'll see. I guess we'll see where we're at. Maybe I'll do that LSU Florida State game, and maybe I will do college football reactions all day tomorrow. Possibly, I'll do that. And that'll help us get some views and some subs, because especially with college football, it's going to be a little hit or miss depending on who's watching or if people are on YouTube and whatnot. Holiday weekend too, correct? Yes. So and the opponent. It's not like I didn't expect a huge turnout for Oregon, Portland State. Everyone knew the game was going to be a complete blowout. So, but when we get into good opponents, Oregon, Colorado, Oregon, Utah, Oregon, USC, then I think we'll get there. So, but obviously, if it's my college football team, I'm going to cover it regardless if we have a lot of people or nobody. I'm going to embrace every single game, because, like I said, college football is short. You only have what, 11, 12, 13 games. You got the regular season, you got the Pac-12 championship if you're good enough to get there, right? And then obviously your bowl game. So 76 subs to go. We're getting there. All right, the score has been updated. Finally, they got done taking the shit or whatever they were doing, and they started to actually update, where it was stuck there for about 5 minutes. All right, we're going to the beginning of the fourth quarter, 67-7. The game is very tight, very close. It could go either way. I don't know what's going to happen in the fourth quarter, but hopefully we can hang on, even though we're only up 60. Now we just have to run the ball, 15 consecutive times. There we go. First down, Ducks through the chains. And it's good that we get like Ty Thompson and some of the other backups some reps. No point, of trying to pour it on and get to 80 or 90 points. That would just be stupid. And also a little cocky too. On top of that, it's like you don't need to be at a 90-7 score. It's just a little ridiculous. So little PI on Portland State. Automatic first down. Portland State is probably thinking, what the hell happened? We scored 7 off the first drive, and we haven't got anything since. But that's good for us. Thompson with the short game. Second down and 8 for the Ducks. How was Quinn Ewers looking? What's his stat line? All right, let me take a look. I'll take a peek. There was an injury with a Portland State player with a cramp. So Kyle McCord is 12 for 19 with 0 tutties and a pick. Terrible. And then let's look at Quinn Ewers. 16 for 26, 191 yards, a tutty, and no picks. So that's much better than, oh boy, McCord, who looks like he might be the most overhyped Ohio State quarterback ever. Oh, nice cutback. A little shake and bake for the Ducks. First down, Oregon. Move the chains. Hit him with a skirt. Portland State defenders on their heels. Shotgun set. Gain of about 3 or 4 there for the Ducks. 13 minutes and counting. We just got to wrap this game up. The faster it ends, the better for me. Like I said, it's what, 2:41. Hopefully this will end at like 3 so that way I can prep. I'll be done prepping at probably 3:30 and already made the thumbnail. And then we'll start at 4 o'clock for the Mariners and Mets game number 2. Second down and 3 for the Ducks. Play action for Ty Thompson, going deep and complete. "35-3 Irish, nice." I might end up rewatching that Colorado TCU game over again. One of the best college football games all day today for sure. Probably will be the best college football game all day today. I mean, the only other one I can think that might be like that might be LSU and Florida State tomorrow. You got a prediction in that one, Sarah? Who you like? You like LSU or you like Florida State in that game? It should be pretty interesting. I mean, usually ACC teams can't hang with the SEC, but obviously we're not talking Bama and Georgia. LSU hasn't been good really since the Burrow era. So in the ACC, it's been a minute. Florida State hasn't been good since Jameis, and we'll see. Obviously they ripped off like 6 straight wins to end the season for Florida State. So yeah, I'm kind of rooting for Florida State as well. Obviously when they've been kind of shitty as of late, it would be kind of cool to see them rise to the cream of the crop towards the top if they can. Uh, Novosad is coming in. You see that, Matt? 4-star recruit. The freshman is in, so he gets a chance to play in the last 12 minutes, which is kind of cool. People say that he's better than Ty Thompson already. So he's kind of small and undersized, but he's got a cannon. I've seen his high school highlights. Touchdown, Ducks, and just like that, Novosad will probably be our quarterback next year over Ty Thompson. Obviously, Ty's getting up there. I mean, who knows how many years Ty has been in this fucking program? Feels like Ty's been in the program for like 8 years as the backup. But Novosad, I've seen his high school stuff, and he's a little undersized. He's a little short, but he's got swagger. He's got confidence, and maybe that'll be our guy unless we get another guy in the transfer portal. But hey, he just came in and got a touchdown right off the gate, so he's better than Ty, in my opinion. It's a close game, bro. It could go down to the wire. We're only up 60. There we go. Touchdown, Ducks. All right, now we're at 73, baby. I figured it would be 50 to 77, somewhere in that range. And then they would give up 3 to 20, but I was hoping 3 to 13. And there we go. Well, especially in their conference, they're supposed to finish ninth out of 12 teams in their conference. So 73 to 7. Extra point is up, and it is good. 74 to 7. Let's go. Well, they're going to bleed the clock, so we're not going to get to 100. And I don't think they would do that. We're not a classless organization. We're going to make sure that we run the ball, bleed the clock. The most that they would get is maybe one more touchdown, and that's it. We're not going to try to get into the 90 or 100 range. It's like embarrassing. I mean, it already is embarrassing, but we're not going to want to necessarily take it to that level. So let's go. 74-7. Dante Dow, 4-yard rushing TD. Camden Lewis, PAT is good. Let's go. But Matt, what do you think about Novosad? Have you seen his highlights in high school? Have you watched any of him? Like I said, a little short, a little undersized, but I feel more confident with him at quarterback than Ty Thompson. I feel like Ty has just kind of been that guy that's like he's been promised the starting job so many years, but there's always someone that's better than him. It's just kind of unfortunate. It's like no matter what the scenario is, there's always going to be a transfer or a freshman that's just more talented than him. It is what it is, though, right? Oh, yeah, I figured that you might have been able to check out some of his highlights or something. Yeah, freshman. But they were saying that, like, obviously after Bo Nix, he'll be in the running. But we'll probably have some other transfers that come through as well. Let's go, baby. Close game, 74-7. Let's go, baby. Ducks with the kickoff. 13-3 Ohio State. Maybe the most overrated top 25 team so far. That's what it's looking like. First down and 10. Little screen pass on that bubble screen for the Vikings. Short game. This game needs to wrap up. Your boy needs some rest for the fucking Mariners and the Mets. Yeah. I have more confidence in Novosad than I do in Ty Thompson, though, which I'm not really sure if that means anything, but second down and 6. Shotgun set. Snap is low. Going deep towards the sideline. Incomplete. Good defense by the Ducks. Austin, the freshman with the breakup. Nice coverage there from Oregon. Ohio State 13, Indiana 3, Washington 28, Boise State 12 at halftime. Texas up 23-3 with Quinn Ewers. Notre Dame 35-3 over Tennessee State. Wisconsin 20, Buffalo 10. And then final scores, Michigan 30, East Carolina 3, Tennessee 49, Virginia 13. Colorado with the big upset, the best game of the day, 45-42 over TCU. And then a few other games after that, Oklahoma 73, Arkansas State 0. Iowa won 24-14 over Utah State. Sarah's happy about that. And then Ole Miss 73, Mercer 7. Like, what the hell is Mercer? Oh, I'm definitely more confident in Matt as a wide receiver. That Matt Payton guy, he's kind of cool. I like him. All right, less than 10 minutes to go. 74-7 Ducks. Little handoff. Gain of about 2. Hopefully this will end here in the next, 10 minutes or so. I mean, at least it's going to get way more competitive, really, really fast. Texas Tech, right? Obviously next week, and then Hawaii, Colorado, Stanford, Washington State, Utah, Cal, USC, Arizona State, and Oregon State. So, yeah, I mean, this is really going to be the only gimme, and everything else is going to be, I mean, maybe besides Hawaii, we'll probably beat the shit out of them, but that Texas Tech one will be challenging, and then Hawaii, obviously, so we should be 3-0 when we play Colorado, but then Colorado might be the first true test. Third down and 9. Little handoff up the middle. Ducks ain't playing that game. Quick tackle. Now it's fourth down. Jaden Ott, 14 rushes, 166 yards, and 2 tutties. California leads North Texas 33-21 at half. All right, fair catch for the Ducks with the punt. And then now the Ducks just need to run the football as much as possible to bleed this clock out. Oh, baby. This game needs to wrap up. I'm gonna open up another game here real quick. And luckily, I already made the thumbnail for the Mariners and Mets. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be able to start at the 4 o'clock time. So right after this is over, we're going to be jumping right into the Mariners and the Mets, which will be playing at 4 o'clock Pacific time, which will be roughly in an hour. So no rest for your boy. But again, you got dreams and you got goals. You have to grind. I don't know if I want to watch a little bit of Texas or if I want to watch a little bit of this Ohio State team that's struggling. That's a commercial. All right, 28-18 Washington and Boise State. USC versus Nevada. All right, Oregon, do your boy a solid and just fucking hand the ball off like a billion times here. All right, shotgun set, screen pass. Good tackle there by Portland State. Anderson with the catch, second down and 10. All right, here we go. Less than 8 minutes to go. Keep that clock rolling, baby. Hope the Mariners can pull out a dub. Shotgun set, little draw. And Novosad's got decent size. I mean, he looks a lot smaller than he is. He's 6'3", 200. But when you see him, he looks a little bit smaller, like he'd be like 6 foot or 6'1" on screen. So third down and 5. 74-7 Ducks. Let's go. Shotgun set, Novosad, little screen. Jaden Lamar with the catch just short of the first down mark or fourth down. Yeah, only one penalty for Oregon, which is good. All right, we're going to punt, which is a smart thing to do. Well, everyone's just trying to, have the game end at this point. So 74-7 Ducks. And obviously we'll be playing better opponents moving forward. We got Texas Tech and Hawaii. We should be able to take care of them. But really the start of the season will be in week 4 when we play Colorado. And they had a huge upset win today. Deion Shadur Sanders was balling out. So obviously you already know at that point, what it's going to be. So it's going to be interesting to see how much that they can develop. And obviously Travis Hunter playing, corner and playing wide receiver. I don't think I've ever seen that before. It's like you got Shohei Ohtani, pitching and hitting, obviously for the Angels, and now you got Deion Sanders, making these players. You're not necessarily making someone play 2 positions, but obviously you watch Deion back in the '90s. He was on the Cowboys, ended up playing corner, being arguably the best corner of all time. And every once in a while, they'd plug him in at punt returner, kick returner, and wide receiver. So pretty cool to see that was the best game so far on Saturday. But hopefully we'll have a few more, and we'll see how it goes. Marcos is like, "What are you doing, bro?" And obviously Erica's car broke down. Hopefully it ends up being just like a battery instead of like an alternator or something like that. But We were going to go out for his birthday. His birthday is actually tomorrow. He's turning the big 4-0, but again, we all live in like different cities and whatnot, so makes it a little bit more difficult when each of the three of us live in a different city and whatnot. Not too horribly far from each other, but obviously we'll have to figure it out. All right, 28-19 Huskies. 12 minutes left and 41 seconds in the third quarter. I mean, I can kind of peep Michael Penix Jr. as well. I got to watch as much Michael Penix Jr., Caleb Williams on USC, Drake May. Obviously, I'll be watching that as well as calling the Mariner game. Got to really soak in these quarterbacks, especially as we're going into next year. A lot of teams are going to be looking for a quarterback, including my very own. So Tampa's going to be terrible. The Cardinals are going to be terrible. The Rams are going to be terrible. So it'll be interesting to see on which one of these guys ends up being the truth. Will Caleb Williams be good, or will he end up not being very good if he ends up, with the Arizona Cardinals and Drake May? I mean, I think that would be my number one choice, for Tampa, but we'll see where it goes. Phil Knight in the building. 28-19 Huskies, and the Ducks just need to hand this ball off. This is getting a little out of hand. 74-7. I hate when we end up playing someone that's so low on the totem pole, but at least we get Texas Tech and then Hawaii in week 2 and week 3. But then the Colorado game, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'll end up going to that game. I'll see where my money's at and whatnot. But to be able to see the hype with that and the way that Colorado played today, that one, if it isn't sold out already in Eugene, it will be, especially after what happened today. Marcos in the building. What's good, brother? Happy early birthday. And it kind of sucks with the whole situation with Erica's ride, but hopefully it ends up being a simple fix. If it ends up being just a battery, I don't know. Maybe we can figure something else out today. But if not, we will. Maybe we'll be able to hang out. Some other time. But again, if you make your way out here to like Aloha, Beaverton area, like in the evening, and you want to swoop me for like an hour or two to go to like Malone's or Maxwell's, I'll go with you. But I'm going to be doing the Mariner game here in an hour. That'll take me till 7 p.m. So after 7 p.m., I'll be free after doing these two streams. And then I'll probably do the Mariners on Sunday at 10:30 a.m. and then possibly do LSU Florida State at 4:30. So it's going to be a long fucking day, but it's college football, right? And a little bit of baseball sprinkled in for my Mariners. Got to get more hits than we did yesterday, and we got to score more as well. 3rd down and 7 for the Vikings for Portland State. Little screen, incomplete. 4th down and 7. Yeah, we'll end up doing it, but obviously, if we don't have my boy, Brian Jones in the building, who's the owner of Collegiate Art Designs, who actually makes these. Once we have him come in the building, then he'll decide it when we end up doing a giveaway. But obviously, it all depends on what Duck fans that we have, and normally, at an early stage in the season, it'll be you and me, and hopefully we'll get a few others. All right, less than 5 minutes to go. Oh, big hit. Touchdown, Huskies. There we go. Rome Odunze with a 5-yard tutty from Michael Penix Jr. How many tutties for Michael Penix Jr. now? 5? I'm going to be able to spend some time with my my pup as well. But Mariners and Mets will be on in 54 minutes. First down, Oregon, unsportsmanlike conduct on Portland State. But again, what is it, a helmet to helmet? A little shit talking over him. It's like, bro, you're losing 74-7. Why are you talking shit over the Oregon player? I remember my first tackle, idiot. Yeah, I was thinking about it, maybe even doing the Beaver game tomorrow as well. But again, if I do the Mariner game, it'll overlap. So, and hopefully the Beavers can end up getting the dub. You're playing San Jose State, who USC took care of easily last week, and I imagine you guys will too. So, first down and 10, hand off to the Ducks. Short game. Now we start bleeding the clock, bleeding the clock. Texas Tech, Hawaii. So we should be able to get those done, but then it gets tough. Colorado, Stanford, Dubai, then Washington State, Utah, California, USC, Arizona State, Oregon State. So the tough ones are going to be Colorado, Washington State, Utah, USC, and Oregon State. So about half the schedule. It's really tough, and the other half is pretty relatively easy. So Huck Feddo in the building. Canby. I went to Canby. What's good? What year did you graduate? Or are you still in school? I graduated in Canby in 2000. My dad was a teacher there for like 40 years, Mr. Mikulek. Room number 420. You might have heard of him. He is a legend in Canby. Go Ducks. What's good, Huck? Yeah, I went to school at Aloha and Canby. First down and 10. Let's go, baby. There we go. Lamar with a nice run. He said Canby, Oregon in the house. Let's go. 97. So do you remember Mr. Mikulek? He ended up doing a yearbook in humanities. So obviously you graduated 3 years before me, but you obviously he was there even a few years after I graduated. But if you remember Mr. Mikulek in room 420, that's my dad. And most people do because room number 420 got stolen every year. So he did humanities, yearbook, and a few other things. Second down and short. First down, Ducks. Move the chains. You never know when you might get someone from Aloha and Canby in the building. That's sweet, man. All right, bleed this clock so I can do the Mariner game here, and that's going to start in about 50 minutes. So we're here right now, and then obviously as soon as this is over, I'm going to start prepping, and then we're going to be here. Logan Gilbert yesterday and Pete Alonso for the thumb. Today, Julio Rodriguez and Pete Alonso. We need a little payback, baby. Let's go. And I'll be here in less than an hour. Let's go. Touchdown, Ducks. Wow, I can't believe we ended up hitting 80. Unbelievable. Wow. Wow, we're going to hit 81. Holy shit. I don't even know the last time that Oregon actually hit 80. I don't remember. Wow. Bro, 80? I don't know if we're going to be able to win this game. Most points in regular season history? Or is it in the season opener most points? Wow. Extra point is up, and it's good. 81-7. I think the Ducks are kind of good, and Portland State is really, really bad. Puddles is like, I have to do this many push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I mean, oh boy, can't even do the push-ups anymore. Modern era program record for points in the game. So this is the most points we've ever scored in history. 80. Wow. Over 500 push-ups for the Duck. I mean, he's already done. He's like, I've never done this many. Is that good? 81-7 Ducks. Jaden Lamar, 16-yard rushing TD. Extra point from Camden Lewis is good. Yeah, no. And obviously ESPN be sleeping too because they haven't even updated it. Come on, ESPN. You can wake up. Yeah, because I was going to say, I've never remembered the Ducks ever hitting 80, and I've been watching Duck football since like the 80s. Like I've seen them get 70s, and like I believe like 77, what might have been the highest I've ever seen, but I don't think I've seen anything above that. 2 minutes to go. Shotgun stat by the Vikings, fumbled snap, gang tackle by the Ducks. My buddy, 81-7. Oh, man. All right, here we go. Game is about to wrap up finally. Oh, ESPN can't even get their shit together. We broke their fucking scoreboard, apparently. 35-19, Huskies up on Boise State. Handoff, short gain. Well, I wish we had a better opponent and the game was a little bit more competitive, you know. But a dub is a dub, and at least we're coming out really, really strong instead of winning like 40-7. I mean, 81-7 is a hell of a lot better than 40-7. So, remember my dad? Yeah, skipped drafting class and hung out in the room. Yeah, I mean, it was the place to be. He definitely was one of the more of the likable teachers. Not everyone probably liked him, but most people, pretty laid back dude unless you pissed him off. You know, that's awesome. Yeah, usually when I end up going to different like locations, if I go to like a liquor store or like a dispensary or whatever, and they'd be like, Mikolek, you're like, is your dad Mr. I'm like, yeah, that's my dad. That's cool, man. There we go, baby. Final score, Oregon Ducks 81, Portland State Vikings 7. I'm going to end this stream, and then obviously I have to get prepped. In about 45 minutes, we're going to have the Seattle Mariners going against the New York Mets, game number 2. We lost yesterday with Logan Gilbert on the mound, but today we have to get payback. Julio will be in the lineup, and I will be doing this here in about 45 minutes. So thank you to everyone that commented, shared, donated. I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. And I will be live in 45 minutes for about 3 hours for the Mariners and Mets game number 2 in that set. And I got one question for you. Talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Gang.